Okay, welcome to the TrickingCerberus podcast, where we're having a casual podcast and we're celebrating Tom Hiddleston's birthday.
Yay!
Woo! It's me, Ronnie.
Saffy, Hannah, Katie,
Sara, Amy.
Wrong way around there, guys.
Sorry, we're individuals.
So if you want to start today's topics.
Tom Hiddleston's birthday. I think we should start with that.
Alright then. You guys actually bought cake.
Yeah.
He's 33.
Yeah, we really just wanted to
He's actually
do
three.
Yeah.
It's really bad, but I didn't actually know.
I literally just saw it on Google 5
I
minutes
didn't
ago.
actually know.
I know. If I was
I
up all
appreciate
night-
now.
Yeah, we did just want cake.
Yeah. We just
Fair
wanted an excuse to have cake.
What's he doing now? Right now?
Being 33.
He's on Top Gear tonight.
Is he?
Is he?
Oh, on that hat.
And then he's got a film coming out in the UK called Only Love Is Left Alive with Tilda Swinton. and-
Oh, the vampire thing!
Yeah.
That does look pretty cool. I want to watch that.
It seems really cool, and there are so many good actors in it.
I keep seeing adverts about it.
I love films like that because they can, even if the plot line is really bad, it can't be bad because it's just good people.
Apparently the storyline isn't that good.
But it's good people.
Yeah.
I think it's more about the music.
Yeah.
I think it's talking about like the music's really great in it and stuff.
Fair enough. When is Avengers 2 coming out?
Sometimes
Time.
Anyone know?
They made a second one. Have they made it? Are they in the process? of
They're in
making
the
it?
process of
Of
making
making it.
Ah. That means it could take quite a while.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they've already filmed Captain America, obviously, because that's about to come out. And I think they just filmed something else. Which was the other one? I don't think it was actually that part of the Avenger. I think it was Ant-Man.
Right.
I know.
Sounds riveting.
Yeah.
It's the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, they also confirmed that Thor 3 is going to be a thing. So.
3.
I love the movies. It's just Thor. Really?
I think it's hard to say. Thor 3.
Thor 3.
Thor 3.
I thought Thor 2 was a lot better than Thor 1.
Yeah.
I hated Thor 1.
Because there was less Thor. I
Yeah.
guess you had some.
Yeah.
And there was less
character this time.
Odin. I hate Odin so much.
I just don't understand why they made Thor a main character. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, when
there's
we
not
did
enough of him to be a main character.
when we did our Avengers marathon, I kind of zoned out when we got to Thor. I'm not gonna lie.
There was definitely some people very interested in how he was looking.
Well, yeah.
I really hated the Captain America film. I like how I look at you.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm talking about. Captain America was pretty awful.
Yeah.
What, the
I think it explained a lot of the Avengers, because I watched the Avengers before I watched Captain America.
Oh.
I felt
Yeah,
like
that's
it
the same.
explained a lot of it, but the film wasn't actually that good.
Yeah, because we
I
first
think that
got
things.
into Marvel when we watched Avengers.
Yeah.
So we were kind of confused about a lot of what was going
Yeah.
on.
I was really confused
Yeah.
about the whole Captain America thing, like how he'd been frozen and stuff. I was like, what?
I think we
I
could all
was
do.
supposed to. I've never seen any of the films apart from Avengers.
Really?
So when all of my friends knew all of these people, and then when we were in the cinema watching Avengers, I was like, oh, we're supposed to know this guy. We're supposed to know what's going on. So I had no idea.
I think Hawkeye and Black Widow just need a movie of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Either
true.
together or separately. I don't care. Either way.
I think together, definitely.
I want to have them in Budapest.
Yeah.
So, and there's also we need a remake of Hulk with Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I was
like the
really
old movies
confused
in Inch.
because
I was
I thought
surprised
there
there
was a
wasn't.
film with him.
Yeah, same.
But I kept on looking
Yeah.
through all the Hulk films and there was none with him. It was,
I was quite
I don't like
surprised that there wasn't. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really like the Hulk film that has the other guy in it. I don't
There's
really like it.
2 films and a TV show.
Well, the one with the guy. Well, I can't remember his
I'm gonna be
name.
wrong.
I can't remember his name. But one of them, I don't really like it. Kind of a bit. Yeah.
but Mark Ruffalo is so good that they should definitely make a film.
I know.
Yeah, they need to.
They should just continue making films with these people forever.
Yeah.
They're
Especially Iron Man. Iron Man needs to continue until Robert Downey Jr. just can't live.
Don't get me started.
How many
on
have
that.
they've done 3?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can't possibly.
Yes, they
make
can.
Another one.
they can though.
No, that's like.
They can.
Oh no. Things end.
But there wouldn't really be a storyline because of what happened at the end of the
I
film.
don't care.
Yeah.
I
There
just
just
watch
wouldn't be a
him.
storyline.
It was
I just watch him around his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't just have like 2 hours of just like cleaning.
People will still
It's
watch
not-
it.
If it's
I
on
guarantee
YouTube, they can.
I guarantee people will still watch it. Which is a TV show then. No, we have a plan soon. I don't know when we're going to do it, because we meant to do it a while ago. But basically, when all the Avengers films, which won't... Well, at a certain point, you want to watch all the films in... Not the order they came out, but in historical order.
In chronological order. Time
Is that one?
wise.
I didn't know, but that when I was going to say that, but wouldn't that suggest when the movies came out?
No. Chronologically
no.
is in the storyline.
Okay. So chronologically...
Yeah. No, I get what you mean, because
So-
I did the same. I watched the Avengers,
Yeah.
and then I was confused about, because it's like a different timeline
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think, though...
It's like Doctor Who all over again.
I think though, what we'd have to do though, is we'd have to start watching Thor halfway through and then watch the
Yeah,
rest of it
yeah.
later. The same with Captain America, we couldn't watch the end until like 3 other movies.
Yeah, you'd have to like skip bits. But... Is this, what's it called? The Winter Soldier?
Bucky,
Yeah, something like that.
I can't wait. Let's Scarlett Johansson.
I don't like the photoshopped poster of her though. That just
No one
annoyed
ever
me.
does.
I'll only watch it for Black Widow
Yeah.
because I don't really like Captain America.
Yeah, neither do I.
Steve's the best.
He is good, but I prefer him with the Avengers.
Yeah.
I just don't like him in his own film because it's not as funny.
Okay,
Yeah,
screw the
that's
idea of Iron Man TV show. Avengers TV show. I just want to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cancel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and put them on.
Is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. good? Is it really not good?
I really liked it.
I haven't watched
How many
any
episodes
of
did you
it.
watch?
All of them. So you can't say nothing.
I watched
Yeah.
like one episode.
Agree to disagree. I don't like Sky.
I didn't really like her, but Agent Coulson was really funny.
Yeah, Agent Coulson's good.
I like when he was jogging and he was like, I don't sweat, I glisten.
I just like it needs to be something like more like Torchwood. So it needs to be something darker, with
Yeah, but
just
even-
more adulty.
Even
Yeah.
Torchwood got awful by the end.
Rude.
It did. It did.
It's true.
It did. It started off really good and it ended really badly.
Yeah, it did.
Really.
But no, but as in I just mean that kind of element where it needs to be darker and less everything is happy every 5 minutes.
Yeah, there isn't much happening. I like the characters though. I like the two scientists.
Yeah, Fitzgerald, right?
No.
Fitzgerald? No,
What?
Fitzsimmons. Sorry, my mind.
They were cute.
It's been a while since I
Everyone
watched
shipped
it
them.
because okay, I had too many shows.
Yeah, I didn't like Sky. The guy, Ward, Agent Ward, I think, he was cool.
Yeah.
And Agent, I can't remember. That person.
All the names have gone.
Yeah.
All I just remember is Sky. I didn't like her.
Also, because it's an American TV show, it's really hard to watch because E4 was playing it at a really random. Well, it had a schedule, but then it stopped every couple of weeks for no reason.
Yeah, I don't like the American system. Like you just don't know when it's on.
That's why you watch it all on the internet.
No, but like they have like mid-season breaks and stuff, and you're like, when was this? Why do you do this? Just play the show. I don't understand why you do mid-season break. I don't understand the point of it. Why? I just don't understand American TV shows sometimes. The one good thing about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. though, doesn't have a laughing track. If it
Yeah.
did that, that would be the end. It would have made it past the pilot. I don't like shows that have them.
I don't think it will come back. It didn't seem to have much of a following.
It looked like it was going to be so good.
Yeah, I think the build up was better than actually it happening.
You can't be against Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What? I got a bit bored.
I mean,
I
I'm
just
not-
never really got into it.
I'm not saying it's a terrible show, I'm just saying when I have like 20 shows on the go, I will watch something else.
I think there's depressingly little, like in terms of BBC shows at the moment.
I don't think I've watched a BBC show since other than Sherlock.
What is your
Like, obviously
on
since
BBC
Sherlock.
at the moment?
I don't know.
But like
The
the only thing that's
Musketeers
really
is
on is
pretty
the
good.
No,
Musketeers.
it's
Some sort of
Rubbish.
Bake Off, I'm
No,
sure.
it's
A
good.
Master Chef,
Go away.
maybe.
No, but like
Something
in
about
terms of,
decorating a house.
in terms of fandom.
Is that
What
is
is
that
this?
Atlantis
Anyway.
thing again?
No, that was really shit.
No!
That was not good. That was not good. I persevered. I watched
amazing.
about 6 episodes. Then I skipped and watched the
I'm
8th
just backing
episode.
out this. I
And
know.
then
What's the
it-
8th episode? Was the 8th episode the bad episode?
There was one really awful episode, but the
No.
rest are good.
I
The
just
werewolf
didn't-
episode
the
just
whole
like-
dynamic, like I get the whole like the trio thing, Pythagoras, the fat one, and the little
The fat
one, Jason, Hercules, and Jason, like that little trio. Yeah, I got that, but I didn't like their banter. It wasn't funny. I wasn't laughing. It wasn't funny. I don't
Oh.
know.
I'm sorry to break the subject, but we have gifts, guys.
I know.
Yay!
Everyone give a clap.
Was that
Yeah.
like a fan?
It was
It wasn't you. Don't say it was
I can't gift, please.
you. Okay.
It was a Tumblr friend of mine who.
Okay.
Did you ask them?
A little bit. But I put it out there and I was like, would anyone like to gift it? And yeah. But someone was able to make it, and not many people I know would do that. So
They used their time. Let's just hold on to that.
they use the time to gift our faces. Therefore, I just found it so funny because I had to rewatch the podcast as I do like 4 times to make sure it works and everything. And there was just that bit when you first said the first bit and you said the other bit, and then you just see me and Imogen like do the exact same things. Why? Oh no. And I didn't realise it at the time, but when I just watched back, I was like, we did the exact same motions of our hands in outrage.
That was when we were talking about the other Sherlock film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been,
The TV show.
I'm trying to shove people to make gifts, all the people. I have a lot of Tumblr friends, but none of them gift. I'm like, I'm sure some would do that. Yeah, I feel like it always feels good when you've got some out there. They could just be like, hey, you should watch this, and then you should give it.
Makes it more legit.
We only have
Yeah.
one gift set, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
this
that.
is the start of something massive.
You just all should shove it on Tumblr friends. Be like, do it.
I don't have any
I
Tumblr
don't have
friends.
any. Well, I do, but like, not that can gift.
Oh, you
not
don't
that
have
I'm
one?
close enough to.
Are you
So,
part of any networks?
No.
Networks.
I was.
Yeah,
and then
I'm part of the
didn't
New
do
Door
anything.
network.
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure I was at
I
one
don't
point.
Tumblr enough for this.
You do though. You're like on every day.
I'm not though. Not every day.
I just quietly Tumblr in my own corner. No one else talks to me.
Yeah, that's kind of the same.
I socialise more on Tumblr than anywhere else in the world. It's just easy. No one's there looking at you, so you're just like.
No, it's just as hard.
No,
on Tumblr.
I just find it awkward. I'm just like, no, I don't know these people. Like, I want to talk to them. I'm just like, I want to talk to you, but I can't.
Do you think?
I have Tumblr friends from Tumblr meetups.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know people in
Do
the
they,
job with
do
them.
they count as Tumblr
Yeah.
friends?
Yeah. Even though you met in real life, it's fine.
I have like one Tumblr friend, but we don't talk.
What a great relationship.
We just stare at each other's vlogs and appreciate each other.
I have about.
I think that's really beautiful.
Thanks.
There's like 2 people I talk to every day, and there's people, and I have about 15 people I talk to at least once a week, and then yeah, normally just okay. Then I've got friends who've got like a mutual agreement that we'll probably forget each other's URLs, but we sort of know each other. So if someone starts a conversation, they're like, oh okay, but like
Well, I was talking quite a lot. I never talk to anyone.
it's not really talking though. You just type hi.
I never did that.
How
I just
are
wasn't
you?
awkward. I feel like
Have you
they
watched
judged
Rooster
me.
Teeth Lines?
You have followers.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
I hit 8,600 the other day. I was so happy.
I hit
okay.
500
Okay.
and then I went back down to 499.
That's quite a lot still.
I had 755, 754. Sad times.
Yes, we'll have a lot of followers.
Yeah. We're not going to say how many
No,
we have.
Saffy?
Oh, I feel like 1,500.
Just
do that.
I don't understand why people follow me. I don't know why I do.
because you
I
actually
will blog
on
everything.
there.
I don't understand it. There was a bit of backlash when I got into the Rooster Teeth fandom because I was like mainly just talked about Supernatural, Sherlock, and Doctor Who. I had all the other ones occasionally in there. Some people had to put up with Glee, and they still do. If they want to follow me, they have to put up with Glee. It's not a lot of it anymore. It's just
Thank God.
No Rivera, really, and Michelle. But yeah, no, as soon as I watched Rooster Teeth, and I just started following like 1 billion Rooster Teeth blogs to the point now where it's like the ratio, like a quarter of the people I follow must be Rooster Teeth blogs. And then all over blog now, like half it is Rooster Teeth. And now people at first were like, oh my god, can you tag it Rooster Teeth so I can stop watching it? It's like, no, you should start watching it. Well, just unfollow me.
I just like kind of scroll past like your Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to start like getting into it, but
I don't know.
I just
TrickingCerberus.
never passed all the
I
glue
tried,
for so
but
long.
it wasn't my thing.
See, my always think about it is people always ask me to tag stuff, and I'm like, no, just unfollow me. I don't.
Tagging takes so long.
Exactly.
Oh,
I don't have time. I just
I
instantly
only
block.
ever tag the things that could be triggering, because then I
You can do
understand.
that. I need to do that.
I
Yes.
tried
Someone
to
told me that. I mean, I don't want to be an arsehole blogger, but I am. And if someone told me that. Someone told me recently they didn't like seeing Hannibal on my blog because there's blood and gore and everything. I'm like, well, don't follow people that blog about Hannibal. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's just the point now I've got enough followers I can reject people. It's an offense power. But yeah, someone didn't want Fault in Our Stars because it was triggering, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. The only things I blog, I tag are stand up when it's like, yeah, British stand up basically, because I like looking back at that and laughing at it. Like, I'll tick up on my blog once a month to laugh. And then there's playlists, because I love playlists. And yeah, so everything, I've got a lot of tagged under playlist. And occasionally, if there's something that I think Michael would say, it's like something that this sounds like Michael Jones. And it was mostly for my friends, because I did one or two, and now it's got quite a few. This may taste like toast gross, I'm just putting it into energy drink. Because I don't want to go watch it. We did wash your own mugs. I'm sure something else I want to talk about. Obviously, there's other stuff.
Frozen.
Distinct lack of tea
Frozen.
towels.
Frozen.
I think that's a topic.
There's toilet paper over there.
It's not the same.
No, it's more a question. I don't. Like, we really have kitchen. I don't.
Why do you have toilet roll over there?
If I knew. It's about the same knowledge that I have about the giant golden ball.
I don't think anyone knows why that's there.
You've just seen the crap in my basement. You've seen.
Yeah.
You've got like a giant watch, like literally the size of a sofa. Giant watch. It's like made of plastic.
You've got that giant ice cream.
Yeah,
Giant
giant
ice
ice
cream.
cream.
It's like someone who just ran up to an ice cream shop and just dashed away
And then
with it.
And then like part of a circus thing. I just don't know what
Have you
happened.
got a thief in your family? It's a maniac.
I think
what
what
happened.
happened.
Someone's got a thief.
I think what happened is Mum and Dad go to like market stuff, so Mum can have like antique and stuff for her shop, and Dad will see something, think I could use that. That could be useful in the future. I could be making a film later in life, and I need a giant watch for it. You never know when you need people too tiny. You use a giant watch to represent that. I don't know the logic, but we have a giant ice cream and a giant watch.
Share that logic.
A little bit. My room's crazy.
Anyway, next topic.
Frozen.
Frozen.
I was gonna have a Disney podcast at some point, but I feel Frozen is just.
It's amazing.
I feel like I've spent half my life talking about Frozen since it came out.
It's like the majority of the posts I blog now. And everything other any other Disney movie. It's not many come out since then. But I didn't care that much about Tangled, and then Frozen. I'm like everything.
Yeah, Frozen seems to have a lot of Tumblr.
I think
Sorry.
India Menzel has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Also, I think everyone's a little bit in love with Elsa.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Rude.
No, but like Anna, you get to see all her own stuff, and then Elsa's just you don't get a chance to like become emotionally attached to her.
Yeah, but that's
I
like
think,
what you were saying. You said the story was told from the wrong point of view. Like,
Yeah,
it should have
been Elsa's movie with Anna as the side character. Being quite honest,
What,
because Elsa's way more interesting. Let's not lie.
what would you say
Yeah.
is the best bit of the whole film? Like,
Let
why,
it
why
go.
is it
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
good film?
Let it go.
I didn't like that song.
I really like the song, but I don't like the scene particularly. The best scene.
No, I
I don't
like
know.
I'm a big fan of musical hits, as in
Yeah.
like from Broadway and stuff. And Defying Gravity has been my favourite for the years. Or Don't Rain on My Parade. And then suddenly this was about, and I was like, no, this has to become a stage musical production.
Yeah,
Just
I
that
really
song.
wanted to. I really wanted to.
It's the same lady that sings it, isn't it?
And
But
she's.
I don't like her voice.
I'm sorry. This is like the Sherlock moment all over again.
How can you not like her voice?
It's really screechy.
My grandpa
It's amazing.
I
I find
Playing it out loud.
guys.
was really loud, and my grandpa came in and was like, "What is that person doing? Are you shouting?"
gonna have to beat up your grandpa?
No.
Alright, he's nice.
Are you that offended? She seems so offended. I'm sorry.
She's in shock.
Yeah, how can you...
And oh god, I forgot her name in Rent. Well, come to me. You guys talk and laughing.
I didn't.
Maureen. There we go.
I didn't really like the castle. Like, I think they could have done better on that.
No, the castle was amazing. Go away.
Wait. Her ice castle or the castle?
The ice castle.
Why was no one sleeping in the ice castle?
Because they were amazing.
Like, where she walks up the stairs.
Because they live in an area where they have to deal with snow and ice a lot.
The moose was slipping. And he had hoofs.
I think it's because they live in an area where they used to snow and ice. Maybe they got...
I think the problem
Maybe on like the
here is
pumps and
applying
some
logic to
stumps.
Disney.
Yeah.
I think that may be the issue.
Yeah, I
that we
think
have
maybe
here.
They're so graceful. It just they've gone.
See, that's what I do. That's why I don't like a lot of Disney films. Apply logic
Yeah.
to Disney.
And apply logic to who?
That's a lot of the problem.
That's what I found really funny about when Anna like walked out on her window on that thing that kind of lifted up. I was like, when would that happen in real life?
No, that was a
Well,
really kind
when
of
would
ball-breaker
someone
thing.
set off an internal winter everywhere in real life? Why are you trying to apply this to real life?
See, I really do like the movie, but I really think they dumbed it down. Like, I think we got the message.
Yeah.
Like, I think we got what was going on in that movie without them having to say it 5 minutes. It's true love that act can break it and stuff like that. I was just like,
Yeah.
you don't have to explain every point over and over again. Like, once you said it once, that's. I know it's a kids movie, but in most movies they only mention something once, and it was just that one. It was like over and over, and it's like, I got it. I don't know. Maybe it's I just noticed it more because I pretty much knew everything about the movie beforehand because of Tumblr. So maybe it was more a little bit more. I knew what was going to happen. But I tell you what, I didn't know. Hans did not know.
I knew that.
See, I knew, but I still wasn't expecting
Yeah.
it.
I was still really fooled by him.
I'm sorry.
And I was
I'm
still
literally just like-
really shocked.
Do you think you're gonna watch the movie?
I will at some point watch the movie. It's on my to-do list.
Do you think we can spoil it for you?
You can if you want to, but I'll be sad.
Just can you go your ears?
It was spoiled for us.
Actually, okay, they don't. But at the moment, I just screamed, "You son of a bitch!" I got Imogen to watch it, and yeah, I'm not actually saying what happened.
I can still hear you, so it's kind of pointless. But go on.
But you don't really know the sort of what's yeah. Imogen was watching it, and I wanted to watch over her while she. There was 2 bits I wanted to watch over. One of them was that bit, and I was watching her, and I was like waiting for it, and then she was like, "Ah!" And then she just got up, paused it, like sat in the corner of her room, and were like, "No, no," and I was just there like. She said she wasn't gonna like the movie. The other bit was when about the trolls and how they didn't know they were the family. At first, they just saw rocks,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "What's going on? Just let's walk away slowly." I really like that bit.
I didn't realise at first because when I watched it a second time, I realised that he went to the trolls when he was following the princesses, which I was like, oh, that's how he found them. So I had no idea how he got them to be in
Crystal
town.
is adorable.
Yeah.
Have you seen people's theories about things? Like the whole glove theory? I saw it on my dash. I don't know, it might have been you, I don't know.
Which theory?
Theory where in film, generally, the whole glove thing means that they have something to hide or something. And then Elsa takes it off, and then at the end of the movie, Hans takes his glove off.
It's about I think I overblogged it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it if I haven't overblogged it. I think it's normally used in a movie to say they're concealing
Yeah.
something. I mean, most of the time it is. Apart from like they're just driving and they have leather gloves because why not? Yeah, a lot of the time they use for that. And in the movie, Elsa has like 3 things at the beginning that she uses to like contain herself, and one of them's the gloves, and that was like representing what she was hiding. And then there was like the cloak. I can't remember what that represented. But it represented something because she removed it and let it go because she also removed the gloves
I
there.
think it's like her power over people or her.
Yeah, but I know that the tiara was just like her royal status, so I can't remember everything that happened. I should know.
Yeah.
I think my favourite thing to come out of it, and I made a post about it, and everything I did it, but there's all those different elements Elsa's. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I saw that from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, it's the greatest thing.
Because I'd seen those 4, and now there's like a billion of them. All different, I've seen pretty much every element I can think of. Yeah, but yeah, I only saw, what was it, Phoenix, Flora, Aqua, and I added Elsa for comparison. And I saw those ones, and I obviously already saw Elsa. And I put them all in one post, and I was like, these aren't mine, here are the links. I just need to put them all together. Swear to God, 15 messages were just, I really love your art, can you do like a lightning Elsa? And I was like, it's not mine. I gave you the links, and it's like, oh, I really love it, could you do this and this and this? And I'm like, it's not mine. And then I just saw someone else, there was only like 100 noted at the time, but they had done the ones that I had done, and there were like 7 more, and I was like, I'm reblocking this, just the fact that you can get it now. And now I checked on the blog like the other day, because I was such an evil person, and they have flooded with people say, and yeah, like, I think it's on the FAQ at the side, it's like, these are not the Frozen, it's not mine.
I saw the Aqua one, and it doesn't have the Tumblr at the top, so I thought it was a legit film, and I was like, whoa, but actually the art is kind of similar to Elsa. It had no information at the bottom, so I was really confused.
The one who did Flora, she does the best ones, and for the life of me I can't remember what her name was, but she's done most of the elements.
Some of them are better than others. There's one Phoenix one that isn't that good, but
it's just the recolouring of Elsa.
Yeah, that one, I mean, it was really done really skillfully, but like, I preferred the one I had in my post.
Yeah, there was a mixed race one, wasn't there? Was that the Earth one or something? She was green.
Yeah, that's Flora. Yeah, so I'm very happy that people still reblogging it slowly. And before it was just like, that was the only thing, like I couldn't see anything on my dashboard because it was just saying people reblogged it. And I see why people delete when they make posts now, just for that reason. Yeah, no one seems to be blogging anymore, and I'm very happy about this. I can actually see stuff on my dash now. But no, I really do like that's probably my favourite thing. Other than Let It Go covers, there's been quite a few.
Yeah, the drunk one. The drunk one was hilarious.
Oh, the dude. Oh no, wait, the best thing. Someone had put the Let It Go song to High School Musical's 2 bet on it. It worked so well. I was crying. So I was like, Zac Efron, it just worked so well.
Have you seen the Catching Fire one where it's Katniss knocking on Haymitch's door and it's, do you want to build a snowman? It's so funny.
And there's a really cute one with Sherlock knocking on Minecraft's door. That is really cute.
Yeah. It's always in art now, which is great because it's excellent. But yeah, I think Frozen's actually got a lot of like people to make stuff for it very quickly. Like the reprise of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Have you heard that? Someone wrote like it when she was like, when the thing happens to Anna. It was meant to bring you a sad reprise of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? It's like, yes, I want to build a snowman. And I was like crying. And I was like, why didn't they use this in the movie?
And also there was a really good song where it was the Hans and Anna song where they're like, I love you, yeah.
I hate that
it
song.
was with Hans and Hans. It was
Oh yeah. I really didn't like that song. It was so poppy.
No, I kind of liked it.
It
was really catchy.
I have the deluxe album of it, and there was the first version of that song where it was just Hans singing, and it was really cute, and it wasn't as poppy. And I wanted that one instead.
I'm not saying the song's bad. I'm just saying it didn't fit the mood of the movie.
No, but it made me dance. So
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. I mean, it was technically a good song. It just didn't seem right with the rest of the music. I think the best song in the whole movie, even though I love Let It Go, was the opening song. Because that was really just like... God, English is
I felt like
something
the opening song, I felt like I was watching a ball show.
Yeah. Though, like, the opening song did shock me a bit because, like, that was pretty much the only song I hadn't heard from it before I watched it, and like it just really shocked me because it was like a different style, and I was like, am I watching the right thing?
I didn't like it so much. It was okay. It was a good beginning song, but like Let It Go, I listened on repeat for ages. I wouldn't listen to it on repeat.
No, I wouldn't either, but it was kind of just the mood. Like, it would really set it, the movie. Yeah. I was about to say something that's gone, just floated off. Oh yeah. Have you guys heard the demon version of Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Yes, it was horrible. I started listening to it and I had to stop listening to it because it was so creepy.
I only listened to it. I listened to it for like 5 seconds before I stopped it, but I revlogged it because why not? But yeah, basically someone had really messed up the song, so it sounded like there's 5 voices at once, and like it was really off key. It was like, do you want to build a snowman? It was really terrifying. And the only reason I listened to it through is because I've been bothering my friend Jessie over Skype when we were playing Minecraft and stuff. I know, I'm so cool. I kept singing Do You Want to Build a Snowman normally. And they were like, I still haven't watched the movie. And I'm like, oh, a shame. And then I keep singing it and I got really annoyed. And then I played that version and they're like, stop it! You can continue singing if you just stop playing this!
It was really weird how terrifying it was. Like,
I just want to sneak in someone's room at night and play it. Like, it's actually just horrific. I love when people just make really weird stuff like that and you're like, this shouldn't have happened, but I'm so glad it did.
yeah, it seems to have had the most, like, creativeness out of it. Tangled didn't really.
Yeah, people did like the movie and they painted it a lot and stuff, but...
Yeah, there was a lot of fan art, but there wasn't so much other stuff.
I just thought the musical track wasn't that good. Like, compared to other Disney movies. I mean, I can't think of a single song right now from it.
I liked...
Mother Knows Best was good.
Yeah, Mother Gothel was a cool character. Like, I'm not saying she should be the main character, the same way I feel like Elsa and Anna's story, but she is a cool villain. Like, I think she was a pretty good villain. But I can't think of a single song other than that.
The lights. See the lights.
Yeah, I really like
Something about light.
Something
Now
about
I see the light.
Something about when will my life begin.
But but do you know the whole lyrics too? Like,
Yes.
I'm doing Let It Go and doing the Snowman.
You've watched that a lot,
For
though.
me, the first
I
song
have a
Tangled
little
I
sister.
do because I have a little sister and she sits on YouTube all day just playing like princess songs. So she's so obsessed with Frozen at the moment. Like, she's got both her Anna and Elsa little dolls and she goes everywhere with them. So.
I mean, my sister's more obsessed with Tangled, so I know all the songs from it.
No.
Just because I watch it.
Comedian. How can you not be obsessed with it?
She actually has one of them.
That's really cute.
See, even though I'm older than 2 of the sisters, I'm the one that's obsessed with it. My younger sister watches, like, I don't know, Minecraft versions of songs. I don't even know. Like, what was the one that she kept on singing? Hack that all on the floor and stuff like that.
I kind of got obsessed with my Minecraft songs. They're good.
I remember that phase in your life.
I used to watch.
It's still sort of a phase. It comes out every
Not
now
as
and
much, though.
then. No.
Back in my day, it was The Sims.
Back in my day.
Like, the famous one was Toxic. And it was like, yeah, someone made Britney Spears on Sims, and it was, I don't even remember why people were watching it, but it happened. I don't understand what happened in my childhood, because I'm pretty sure I spent
Does anyone?
I'm pretty sure I spent the same amount of time on the computer, but I can't remember for the life of me what I was doing.
Yeah.
Club Penguin.
I did.
definitely,
I
yes.
didn't actually get into Club Penguin that much.
Club Penguin was like a
Neopets.
thing
Neopets.
for a long time.
Yeah,
it was a
I still
thing.
have my Neopets.
No, Mum.
I haven't
RuneScape.
tried mine in ages.
RuneScape.
I always used
RuneScape
to
was
forget my
childhood.
account, so I never got to get into RuneScape.
Oh.
I used to be really, really good at RuneScape. I kind of just.
I'm a failure at all games. Apart from like certain mini games of Mario Bros, that's about it.
I think it's you stop caring. Like I actually used to properly care about it.
I
And
did.
now
I.
kinda just like.
It's just my sister was so much better than me. I kept wanting to try and get to her level.
See, I made Anna and Kira accounts, and then I was always the better one. So I was just there, like, it's cool.
You're Imogen in the house.
Yeah.
Who's actually upstairs, but she doesn't want to come on.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you call her downstairs? Say we're not filming. Just say, just come and have a chat with her.
I don't know where she'd sit without
She
being in the way.
can just lie.
We should go lie across the counter with the bag.
Yeah.
Doing like one of your French girls. I can't think of a single thing I was going to think about. with this.
What else
It's
do
all
you
gone.
want to say?
I can't think of the thing you were going to think about.
I had like a mental list.
I was
of
going to
things.
sit here and think about something, guys. I don't know what it was.
I don't think that's it.
What else can we discuss?
I'm sure there are things. I just
There's going to be a
Oh!
Sherlock convention. A new one.
Sherlock.
Why is everyone being Benedict Cumberbatch today?
Because he's at elementary con thing.
Where?
I don't understand why he's there.
No one knows why he's there. It just seemed a bit random. Like everyone, like the only time people were really talking about it was yesterday, and I was like, he must have said he was going to be there before yesterday, but like people have just suddenly started meeting him.
Because like my timeline on Twitter, I woke up this morning and all of a sudden it's just everyone like, oh my god, just met Benedict Cumberbatch, and people
Well,
are like, I don't know.
Everyone on my timeline was going, I'm not going to be Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think I saw like one picture where they actually met him. Like everyone else was just like, oh, I'm so sad because I don't get to meet him. And I was just like,
I'm really lazy about cons. I only go to London Film and Comic Con both times and MCM Expo.
We only go to MCM.
I only go to ones that I know are gonna be good. So
I only go to ones you drag me along to.
drag you? Is that
Yeah,
drag
apart
you?
from the time
Dress
we
you
met,
in Merlin cosplay.
apart from the time that we met Owen Macken, because obviously I wanted to be, because he's fake.
Well, I'm not gonna drag you to me. Oh, thinking point. I thought of thinking about the TrickingCerberus Bondi night. That's on the Saturday of MCM Expo because I can't do the Sunday because I don't know about people's mocks. I mean, not mocks. A half term. The half term is either going to be before that or after that, depending on which school you go, what school you go to. So I moved to Saturday because I come back from a con pretty late. So it means the podcast would start later, which would mean if you wanted to do it, it might be easier to stay over.
What? When?
And we
what
want to do it.
month
We
is
want to. This is the 24th of May, if I'm correct.
right.
And it's on a Saturday, so I was going to turn it into the bonding night for the sleepover. And the plan is hook up projector to that, and then we have the Xbox connected to it as well as DVD player, so we can watch nerdy movies. We can play Xbox. We have a couple of games that we thought would be cool. Well, we had some ideas of how we're going to do it, but basically that's the plan. If people are cool with that. I think the plan was the video parts of it. But yeah.
I really want to go, but I don't think I can. Because you said it would be like 5 on a Saturday, didn't you? If you come home late, and then it would be at like 5, and then have a sleepover, and then leave at 10 in the morning.
No, it's not. It wouldn't be going at 10, I don't think. Because I normally go late to the Sunday con. I normally get there around 1, and it's about an hour's journey.
Okay, it's just because on the Saturday I would finish work at 4.
Okay.
So I would have to go home and get ready and stuff. But then by that time I would be here at like 6 or half 6.
See, that's the thing. I think that's around when we'd be coming back from the con. That's why I wanted to move it later anyway.
So it would be later anyway. That would be alright then. I could come to that. Didn't you say it was going to be a Rooster Teeth podcast as well?
Yeah.
Is that a different one?
Because my friend Jessie is coming, maybe Liz are coming to London then. So it'd be convenient to have the Rooster Teeth podcast then. And then Jessie's allowed to stay over. Yeah, it just kind of just came together and hopefully it works. Maybe not. So
We'll
I'm going
see.
to try it.
We'll see, yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I do like cons. Cons are great.
We usually go on Sunday.
Yeah.
I try and do the weekend, and last time I did the Friday, missed school for it.
I remember getting a text from you like, not going to school. Going to
We
Comic-Con.
wanted to do that for Matt Smith, but we're not rebels.
yeah.
Was it worth it? No.
If only to do the female Cecil cosplay, Cecil. But most people there were people who either just didn't have work that day or didn't have uni that day. It was mainly older people, and there wasn't many cosplayers because they were waiting for when people were actually there. It was mostly people wanting just to get in, to do what they wanted to do.
And then go.
Yeah, there's not many guests there either.
Yeah.
It was more like about games and merchandise. They just wanted to go there, get their stuff, and then go.
It was more like a shopping thing.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like, it was literally just a queue, there was no socialising where everyone's standing around taking pictures of the cosplayers or in general chat, no meetups. It was literally just a queue. And I've been told it's not always like that, and it just happened because of when it was, but I don't know.
Saturday and Sunday are probably better, to be honest.
But this was in October when it was freezing, just saying. And I mean, May's pretty much summer. I mean, some schools are even off at that point, or at least they have the break then. Oh yeah, it's like next to half term. So maybe it'll be worth going on Friday. It will all depend on when my exams are. But for me, I think the Wednesday of that week is my last exam, and then I can do the con. So maybe I'll go to all 3 days. It depends.
I don't go to all 3 days with you.
Yeah.
Just not for the show. Are we getting Saturday?
I think we need to plan some
we got
stuff to do
Saturday,
after our AS.
If we were both, then yeah.
Because I actually need to do something crazy.
And also,
AS A level.
I would get so tired.
AS.
So would I. Because I got
AS
AS
and
for days.
but
Yeah.
Because you know my plan is to go to Austin, Texas next year.
If we have more friends, maybe.
Are you? Why?
Because first of all, I want to go to RTX.
Yeah.
Don't know if that'll happen. Also, because it's got the largest independent film enterprise over there, other than France, but I don't speak French, so. But yeah, it has.
You have to speak French, and it's a
To
lot
be-
cheaper to get there. But you want to go to Austin, Texas.
There's the RTX University right there. I called. Yes, it's more convenient.
Yeah.
Also, I've been to France before. I've been to America before, so it's
Some experiences.
Fair point.
yeah. I'm hoping to also get a gap year so I can actually do quite a bit of filming. Yeah, because I'd like to be able to. If I do, first of all, I just want to try and get a job somewhere rather than going to university because I just don't like the idea of university, which you know. Yeah, otherwise I just like to get some filming done before I have to go back into schooling, and at least maybe start to feel prepared for the course. So I want to do film and television studies, and a lot of it's really technical, and I feel like doing that would give me more practice as well.
Yeah, it definitely would.
But I still
For
don't want to
something
do
like that, you kind of need to build up a portfolio or something like that. Some kind of experience.
like starting a podcast
Voila!
or a web series,
Start of something amazing.
which we need to start talking about. Okay,
We will.
I think by the next podcast, if we haven't got one, I'm rewriting as a female.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do in this 2 weeks though.
What, for Chris?
Yeah.
You still haven't got one?
Apart from making abundantly clear that
You might just have to write out the character. That's the easiest option. It's annoying, but that is the
I
easiest
don't know
option.
if it is though. I don't know if it is.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll sort it.
I mean, the other I think, yeah, you can either rewrite it as female or make it very abundantly clear that we're open to trans males, because I think I had a friend who didn't know if that was okay, but it turned out they were busy anyway.
Mm.
So apart from doing that, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm giving a 2-week deadline, and either we'll go right, and then after these 2 weeks, we'll either write Chris off or we'll write as a female. And we still haven't rewritten the ending. So clearly we're all organised for that. I blame the fact that mocks are here, but we started in June, so I can't really.
We really did as well.
We had a podcast. I like how the podcast was literally I was making a web series. I had the whole idea. I was I'm going to bring this all together. I'm going to start. And I started writing it, and it was like that. And then I was like, we should have other content. Maybe a podcast. And then, so that was and that was at the bottom. I was like, oh, maybe we should play games. Then I realised how much screen capture software was just an effort. And it's kind of hard to do games. So that moved. And then the web series got put behind, so you had to write and cast and stuff. And then suddenly just the podcast came, and that was the only content I've got right now. Yeah, the plan is to make other stuff other than this. Specifically games. But I don't know.
Well, you put me as head game person or something on the team.
Yeah, because you did say at some point, I can take it away, but seeing as we haven't really got anything on there right now.
Also, I don't have a face.
Hmm?
On the team thing, I don't have a face.
I had to dig for an hour to find a picture of you, and I had to get to your Twitter account, and I finally got one.
Ask me.
Because I feel it's an awkward question. I'd rather dig for an hour.
Yeah, you can have a picture of you.
My picture's really, really old.
Are there pictures of us?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you
did
chose
you know?
a really stupid
No, I
picture
didn't
of you,
know.
and it was like
The
Christmas.
only one I could find though.
Should have just
Yeah.
asked me. I have loads of pictures of her.
I was hoping just to pick pictures. Like if someone didn't like it, they'd actually just be forced to send one in, then I could deal with that way.
Where are they?
They're on the team page because I redid it
Oh, haven't looked.
with the help of Jessie. So it's like we've got an icon now, and it says a little about what we do for it, and our name and URL.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, all the pictures can be replaced. It's just actually just giving me a picture. I just didn't want to ask you for one.
I'll
Yeah.
just send you loads now.
Because you're just so
Stan.
awkward like that.
I know. Doesn't seem worth it now. But I do like that team page rather than just having like a little link of our blog.
Yeah, a team page is good.
Yeah.
Because then, if I forget someone's name, I can be like, who's this person?
Practical.
Yeah. I think that the weirdest thing about doing that is when I was writing the jobs, and then I filled out mine, and then most people was like podcast guest,
Yeah.
and just mine's like that long, and I'm like, maybe I should just take some of these off. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I just invented titles for some people as well. I was like, I'm sure they do that. You on the Twitter page says that.
Head of amazingness. Over here.
Knowles, you have my password. You can literally break in and do that.
I literally could.
The sexy one.
Sexy one.
You could. You literally could. No
I
one's
did.
concerned.
You just make a whole page for yourself.
Yeah. I actually will do this as well.
Do you actually still have the information? Do you? Do
I do. Now you've reminded me. It's
you actually have the password for it?
yeah.
I don't know if I believe you.
I do.
I don't know if you're bluffing.
I'm not.
But I can't ask you to say it on the podcast, so. Guys, give her ideas! Yeah. I'm gonna try and redo the logo because my dad has friends in like graphics and stuff, and we might be able to get a title card for J-Wes, and I might just try and ask one for a podcast as well, because that'd be cool. Yeah, the logo might be need some like shaping because it was hand drawn, and I can't redraw, and it was shifted onto fake Photoshop, and I had to fill it in. And every time I look at it, I'm like, that line just comes out a little. But I tried to shape it like as much like a crest as I could, but like with a unique kind of shape. Every time I look, I'm like, that line is not meant to be there. This patch is like there's a spot which is really irritating. If you haven't noticed it, I'm sorry, I've ruined it for you now. But when I upload like the large one, which I use for YouTube podcast, there is a spot which is darker purple than the rest of the background.
That's really
And it's like up here and at the side. And I don't know how it happened, but I haven't actually redone it. I haven't put it anywhere. So every time I upload it, I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. Oh well. I just stare at it like, why? And it's so hideous. So yeah, that's another thing I need to do at some point.
I actually mentioned J-Wes to a teacher at an open day I went to yesterday.
Really?
And like he was just trying to get me to come to college for like you could use a photography studio for it and stuff like that, and I was just like, okay. And it got really awkward at the end because he just kept bringing it up, and I was like, okay. We haven't actually done anything with it yet.
We've got a trailer and we've got photos. I still don't know what happened to our Lily pictures, who's Audrey. I had them. They were on one of the camera's SD cards.
And then you
Unfortunately, we had like 6 SD cards, and I don't have much access to Dad's computer, so I don't. And like I could put it into mine, this Connect thing, but they're very, very big files. So yeah, it's just when I have free time on Dad's computer, I need to go through all of them to try and find the pictures if they've not been cleared. Otherwise, I have to retake them, which is gonna take time. Yeah, for the moment, we've got a trailer, which I really don't like, and then the pictures, which is, fun.
We'll get there in the end.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We will.
Yeah, like I said, it would just be easier to make it to one series for the moment, just so we actually have something solid.
Mm.
I think we should talk about something that's not going to stress me out.
Yeah, let's talk about something happy. Like unicorns.
How has it been? Do you need to do the camera thing?
Nah, it's still green. I can see the light.
I see the lights.
Was that a subtle way of asking if you need a loo?
No, I was just wondering, because it'd be more annoying if you forgot.
Is the microphone still on?
Yeah, those don't go off, apart from the one time I didn't plug it into mains, I think it was.
You're so clever.
I don't know why I set it up. Because no one
I
else
should
will.
really set this up, really.
It's plugging stuff in and adjusting dials, that's all it is. Except there's like, it's mostly which wire goes where. That's a very fun game when Dad's got plenty more black wires in bags and on shelves, and you're just like, is this it? And it's like, no, this is from a laptop that broke 5 years ago. And you're just plugging things in like, do fit. The most joyous part is with that camera, microphone, there's the SD card slot. It's one of those ones you have to pull off with your nails. I have very little nails, but my dad has less than that because we both bite them. And so there's like completely scratched to hell from when Dad's like trying to open it. And then so I can't open it at all. So now we have to find like any mini screw. I think we do have a mini screwdriver here over there. Oh, I have to try and dig it open, which is a pain. Yeah. I also lost the SD cards for like 20 minutes today. Why? Well, we came back to something that's stressful.
Something happy.
I watched the new Roosted Vines.
Yes. They're all on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're about
I think it was 5.
I've seen 3.
Which ones? There's Fluffy Bird.
I can't remember. The one about the zombies.
Oh yeah, zombies, and there's the Flappy Bird, which is a game I have got into.
I'm so
Shouldn't have
confused about Flappy Bird. I have a point to make.
What?
Basically, I saw this thing on, I can't remember whether it was Twitter or Facebook, I think it might have been Twitter, where someone was like, they're taking Flappy Bird off the App Store, and they're taking it down and deleting the app, because the founder of Flappy Bird is like, it ruined my life.
Yeah, I thought that was no, because he wanted to.
Have you played it before,
He
Sara?
wanted to make his games in peace, and because he's got suddenly all this attention, he's just like, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
He just wants to make games.
And
Have you played it?
I've played it, but I'm still at the stage where I can't get one. So I'm not like addicted because I only played it like twice.
I'm very proud of my 11. I'm just trying to keep.
I got 34.
I got 8.
35.
Oh, I'm just
This girl in my year got 60. I watched her get 60.
my friend's friend's got 99. During a church sermon.
According to India, apparently she knows someone that got 122. I don't know whether that's a lie or not.
But
we'll see.
I thought the 99 was the top score.
No.
Yeah.
No, the
People
highest
get
one you can get is
And that had problems for a
999.
birthday one.
There were loads of screen caps where it was like 99 and then it was closed. I don't know.
You know Photoshop exists.
It just confused me that he was literally. Then you click on this link, and then there's all these stories. I think this is kind of bullshit now, but there's all these.
There's a
stories
lot of bullshit stuff
about
online.
like Flappy Bird made me nearly commit suicide. All of this stuff, and it's some whole massive page of people commenting like, "Don't download it; it ruins your life."
I've definitely almost smashed my phone.
Yeah, and there's some people that apparently like have nearly like thrown themselves off bridges.
Well, there
and
was
quit.
that story about the boy who killed his brother.
Oh yeah, I've
I
seen
saw
that
that.
story.
Oh yeah.
What?
Apparently this boy killed his brother over a game of Flappy
Because
Bird.
he was jealous that he had a higher score.
Yeah.
So.
I think there must have been some other issues.
Possibly.
I basically always did what Bernie did, and the Bible just throws it. I've literally almost smacked my phone, and it's been so tempting.
I don't get into it that much. And it's just, you just tap it and then it's like you don't know.
I get angry and
But
I
see, the
get
thing
rid
is,
of it.
there were people that were like, "Oh, it's like the new Candy Crush." Like it was like
Candy Crush sucks.
Flappy Bird struck when just when we were recovering from Candy Crush. It's like kicking us when we were down and all this stuff like that.
I actually had a really good way of getting out of Candy Crush because I had to get my phone replaced because the battery just... I don't know, it was just the whole camera. It just suddenly decided that it didn't want to work anymore. And I got it sent. I told you to take the back off. Some people have asked me before, this is why this is white and then this is black. It's because my phone was black and they make you keep the back of it. And they send it back and they're like, oh yes, we completely fixed up your phone. I'm like, really though? Because it's now a different colour. I'm not sure you actually did fix it. I think you just replaced it. So now I've got 2 different colours.
It's unique.
Michael Jackson style.
Yeah. It's been a while. I think it's fine. But no, I had a really high score on Candy Crush, and then I had to re-download it, and then I was just on like level 1, and I was like, I don't have it in me to work that way up again.
Yeah.
I don't.
But to be honest, I play Candy Crush a lot, but I really wasn't addicted. Like, I enjoyed playing it, and when I had my phone, I would play it. But I wasn't like, I must play this now, I must. But equally, like, I was really happy with Minion Rush, because I really like Minion Rush.
I like Minion Rush.
Such a good game.
What's Minion Rush?
It's basically like Temple Run version with minions, so you like run. But it's cooler. It's cooler.
I don't like Temple Run just because I'm bad at
The problem is my phone's kind of messed up because it has so much content. It makes the phone really slow, which is really annoying. But it stopped working, so I had to re-download it, and I was really sad because I had like cool little like minion costumes and stuff, and I thought I was going to lose it all. But re-downloaded it, and it re-downloaded all my stuff with it. I was so happy. I was like singing everything. I was so happy.
No, but yeah, things like that game happened to me quite often. We recently we had our Xbox standing up, and apparently that breaks all your CDs, which it has. So I just replaced our Halo. And so now you have to. My sister got way further in it than I did because I'm not a big fan of storylines in games. But, you know, we're now back to the beginning. We have to work our way... Because we've still got all the achievements and everything. But, like, the game doesn't register it because it's a new game.
Yeah.
So then you have to work your way back up to where you were.
That was quite
And it's so frustrating.
Doesn't it save all
the
your
cutscenes,
progress?
yeah. It's a new disc. Completely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't save it on the disc, it saves it on the
No, it's because... Yeah, no, my game score tells me exactly where I was up to on Halo. But the Halo disc doesn't know that. It thinks it's because it's got no
the
saved
Halo
games.
disc is just the game.
Yeah,
But
the
then
disc
in the Xbox
doesn't
it should be
save...
saved.
None of the
Like,
content saved.
When you know PS2 was the thing.
Oh,
I
back
had-
in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, and I had Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. My disc broke. I bought a new disc, and I was on the exact same place that I was before.
Maybe it's where you save it, but sometimes you save it onto the hard
Yeah.
drive, sometimes save it onto the disc, and I think I saved it.
I don't think you can save it onto the disc.
No, I think it's like it's either the hard drive or something else, and I can't remember which was the other thing. But basically, however we saved it, it just means the progress wasn't kept. So we have to work. So I have to work all my way back through it again. But now I actually put it on hard because I can actually play it. It's mostly the cutscenes because I really hate cutscenes. I like games like Minecraft, but there's no cutscenes, and it's wonderfully animated as they are. Like if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch a movie. I don't want to know a storyline. I just want to play. And most people will really hate me for that, but I really don't like it in games. Though I do end up I have ended up liking Batman Arkham City, which has... It's a lot of storyline, but it's like, if you don't want to do the storyline right now, you can do side missions and stuff, which is kind of part of it, and you have quite a bit more leeway, so you don't actually have to follow it completely, and I like that part of it.
I think it's just fun to like fly around in that game. It's
I
just so
It is.
fluid.
I still think the best games ever created, video games wise, are the Lego ones. Best.
Lego Movie,
Lego.
that's coming out soon.
Yeah, Lego movie.
I really didn't want to enjoy that, but I saw the trailer and I couldn't stop laughing throughout
Yeah.
it.
I haven't seen the trailer.
The trailers.
I've just seen all the reviews from like Empire and stuff, like good people I trust have good opinions on movies, like giving it 5 stars, and I'm like, it's a movie about Legos.
Does it have like a plot line? Like,
Yeah.
Is it like a good
Yeah.
plot line?
Well, we'll have a plot line.
Yeah, but like, is it a good one, or is it just kind of like?
No, it seems pretty good.
I'm just impressed that they started out as bits of plastic that children played with, and they got like
I never had Lego.
game deals and
Oh,
movie
I have
deals.
so
That's amazing.
much Lego. So much.
I never had Lego as a child.
We-
I had Barbie.
Oh God, no.
I had Ello.
Is that like the one for
Ello
children?
Ello
with
was
fat
great.
hands?
Rude.
Sorry, I apologise.
It's kind of true. Also, I've got problems with my hands. I can't really. But yeah, Ello was fun. It was just like I don't know. You just make people and things, which you do in Lego.
I had like a whole like table, and it had like holes in the table, so you could like build a city on this table.
I didn't even have anything like that.
Did you have something, but I can't remember what it was
Do you
called.
have the spaghetti things? What were they
Betty
called?
spaghetti.
Betty spaghetti.
Yeah!
They were
Yeah.
so ugly.
They were. Do you guys ever have the thing where you have like a flying doll and you turn something and it pushes up and then it's up?
I always wanted one.
Like, it's
but
like
I think
What?
I think I had a Barbie one.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I definitely hit your face at one point. I don't even know why they. I mean, I don't understand some of the games. Like, it was just a doll that flew for a few seconds and then crashed back down.
It was so magical.
It was.
What did I do with myself? Like I said before, I don't know. We played Halo 1, and I had Crash Bandicoot.
I had that.
Excellent game.
Excellent
Excellent game.
I just used to play like the old style Game Boys. Pokemon, that was my thing. Pokemon and RuneScape.
I never had Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I had Tamagotchis
Yeah.
before he destroyed it.
I
Because
never had a Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
I had a terrible
Well done.
childhood.
Well done.
We had a
Tamagotchis,
Tamagotchi
I always
reprise at the end of year 10.
Yeah, you guys did. Everyone else brought Tamagotchis and were playing them, and I was
We were
like,
like 15 and we had a Tamagotchi reprise.
Did
well, I
you
was
have,
16, so you know, I
do you
was
ever have
more.
micro pets? They called
Yeah.
the little tiny little robots. And
Yeah.
they were
Oh
really
yeah,
annoying.
they were like, and they used to make that beeping noise.
Yeah, and they were
yeah,
like
I
demons,
stood
'cause you
on
could
my
never
sister's.
turn them off. And sometimes they would just come back on it again and they would go
Yeah.
like in a box somewhere.
Yeah, that happened. My sister had a little purple dragon one, and the ears like flick every time it moves, and it's so annoying. And she used to like leave it on the floor and press the button, and it used to go. And one day I literally just stood on it, and it was just crushed, and she was really upset. I thought it was worth it.
Okay, but the most demonic childhood toy are Furbies.
I never had one. My older sister
I
had
never
one.
had one.
I
My
never
friend
had a
did.
Furby.
I've never had one, but
I
that's
think
so
my
mean.
sister had one.
You're one of the lucky ones then.
I had a really,
Yeah.
I had a really ugly baby doll in the house. It wasn't mine. It was someone's. It was really, really ugly and terrifying. Like my mum didn't like it being out. Like, she would specifically hide it somewhere, and someone would put it out. But it was actually hideous, and it did the screaming thing.
Oh my god! I hated the ones that you could get like you feed it water and then you squeeze it and it pees.
Why would you want
Why?
that as a toy?
Why?
I remember my friend had one of them. And they had
Baby
like, little
Annabelle, I think
nappies. It was really funny.
No, but then you like feed it food, and all it does is the food just slides down and out of the arsehole, and it's shit. It's like, are you for real? What is this?
See, I had loads of like baby dolls, and my absolute favourite one was one that was black. And one morning, it was my birthday when I woke up, and it was like nowhere to be seen. And like, I went into the living room, and it was like, oh, your birthday present, whatever. There was this one massive birthday present with like a big black sheet over it, and I pulled it off, and it was like, you know, one of those toy kitchen units.
Yeah.
And it had a little high chair on the side, and the baby was in there. And so instead of being like, wow, I've got this whole kitchen unit for my birthday, I just went, my brown baby! That was the highlight of my birthday.
My sister used to have baby Annabelles. They were
I
like
had
they were
one
the really
once,
cute ones with like little pink thingies, and then I had this
Oh,
big ugly baby, the ones that had plastic heads and then like cotton
Yeah.
bodies. I had like a hand-me-down one, and then I wanted a baby choo-choo because I wasn't allowed a baby Annabelle because I still had a baby Annabelle. So then I got this big fat ugly baby choo-choo. It used to just cry. Except my old cat Jasper used to be really lovely, and when I had it and I was little at Christmas, I was holding it like this and it started crying, and for some reason when he had a baby crying, he had to go and find the baby and he had to cuddle it. So he just got in my lap. He was a fat cat as well. So I had this big baby and this big cat, and he was like kneading it and licking it till it stopped crying. And that's like the best memory that I have of my cat. And this ugly baby.
I've had all the generations of Nintendo.
Same. Nearly all of them. I missed that one.
I don't technically own the 3DS. I mean, that's my sister's. I played on it once, but the screen is hideous. But yeah, the classic one, I love the classic one. That was amazing.
I had the classic, like, rectangular one that was
The ones that were, like,
fat.
It was like that big and then it had the little off bits.
Yeah, and it had... Oh no, I didn't. That was the Advance. Game Boy Advance. I had Game Boy Color.
I didn't have
the
Game
first
Boys.
one.
I just had Nintendo.
Oh, Game Boy Color, the first one, was... It had no backlight. So literally, like, you played it, you had to play it with the light on, because then otherwise you couldn't see it, and you could get, like, a
That sounds fun.
backlight to go. It was so cool at the time. And then I had Advanced SP, so I skipped out one, which is like a little flippy uppy
I
one.
still have mine.
That's like a
I played
Nokia
Pokemon.
phone. Yeah, and I had Pokemon Red, best game ever. Still no backlight.
I've never owned a Pokemon game and it's really frustrating. I've never owned a Zelda game.
My Pokemon Red, I had my Charmeleon, and I got so far with my Charmeleon. I was so happy.
I think it was, I had Mario Kart and Mario Bros. And
Yeah, and then I had...
Nintendogs.
Everyone had Nintendogs and then gave
Nintendo
up.
was the
I had
best.
so many.
I had a Nintendo, but not the game. Like I had an actual one.
Oh.
It was cool.
I had I collected all of the actual the toys of them because my uncle works at McDonald's, so he just got them for me.
Oh, I remember these.
That's quite cool.
I remember McDonald's toys. Like, I remember
Yeah.
that one. That was like. There was some cool ones once upon a time. And
Yeah.
then.
They used to be quite cool. McDonald's
now
toys.
I haven't been
We
to
lived in a
McDonald's.
good era.
I haven't had a Happy
Yeah.
Meal in...
Yeah, I think that's the big
Wow.
thing. I haven't been to McDonald's. Before Christmas, I was back at McDonald's. But I haven't actually had a Happy Meal in like
Yeah.
quite a few years.
Well, now they give you books.
Are you serious?
Why?
They
Why?
wanted to.
That's disappointing.
Because they wanted to become like the largest book distributor in the world or something. So now they give.
What kind
Like,
of books?
I think for a while they were doing like storybooks, and now they do these information books like Planet Earth and Antarctica.
That's just disappointing.
It's not a Happy Meal.
It's got like
that's
stickers and
yeah, that's a sad
Meal,
meal.
yeah.
Information.
School
meal.
lunch.
Fucking learn something.
Well, you're shit.
I think what happened worse than McDonald's toys was Kinder toys.
Oh, Kinder Toys were good back in the day.
And then they got really. Then
They
it was
got
just like
shit.
you just attach this bit, this bit. It's like you used to be able to do so much cool stuff, and now it's just like you add this bit on this bit. And it's like,
I don't think they even do that anymore.
No.
I think it's just a toy.
yeah.
Remember when you used to get like temporary tattoos on sweets?
Yeah.
I remember that. I have I got a Doctor Who sticker book thing years ago, and I found it recently, and it has loads of temporary tattoos. And there's one of
that's
David
cool.
Tennant, and I really want to know.
I go to college every day with the new Doctor Who.
That's cool.
Such fucking rad.
I actually had to buy some temporary tattoos, and it turned out being quite expensive.
Hello.
No space for you. But I got them because I'm cosplaying Michael at MCM. Yeah, I wanted to get his tattoos. So I thought it was a very main part of his costume. So yeah, I'm going to forget the names.
Do you mean
I've got
Michael
Link.
from Rooster Teeth?
Huh?
Do you mean Michael from Rooster Teeth?
Yeah.
Like a normal person
Yeah.
in normal clothes?
Yes.
I'll be impressed if you look like him.
I've done it before.
No, I've seen it.
Have you seen the Photoshop one?
Yeah.
Have you seen him on my dash?
Yeah.
I have the Photoshop one. Yeah, I mean brand context as well, but temporary tattoos custom are expensive. Yeah, I've got the right ones. I can't remember their names right now. I know one of them was Link, and I got the Gears of War one, but I had to make most of that myself because it was the Gears of War symbol, but it was the artist had added bits to it, so I had to just completely recreate it on fake Photoshop before sending it in. So it could look awful, but I don't know. I have no idea where I put it. Yeah, people do cosplay them. I mean, most of the time it's the Minecraft versions of them.
Well, me and two friends had plans to go to RTX at some point, whenever we have money or whatever, and we plan to cosplay as female versions of X-Ray Bab and Mogar.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I can't go next year, but I don't know if I will.
That's
accept.
It has a stamp of approval.
Yay.
Of course we can.
You can
I think we should have a Tom
never
Hiddleston
do
podcast.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have a
We should
Marvel
just talk
podcast
about
at some point.
We should have like
you don't understand.
we should have
Just
like
a
big
Tom
pictures and
Yeah.
then just discuss them. Like just like by big pictures I mean topless, I mean naked.
Well, he's naked in this new film.
I will
isn't he?
agree to this if you can halfway split into Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Are we good with that? Okay. Okay.
It's gonna be the whole music podcast ever.
I think it's great. Because all we need is just like pictures up and just looking at them like a slideshow. We don't need to talk.
Art gallery.
It's like you know on Graham
That'd be
Norton.
amazing.
It's like you know on Graham Norton when they have the fan art.
Oh yeah, we're back from our break. Sorry about that. We've got a new camera, so it's a slightly different angle. Hopefully no one's OCD should be ticked off
Is
by
it
that.
definitely on?
I don't know, maybe it doesn't nothing. I feel sorry for that.
Now that would be hilarious.
That, because
we just went on for another hour.
yeah, it's recording. Everything's blue on this camera. It's frustrating. It's much clearer though.
Left and over. Well done.
You know those spy movies where they have all those like wires and stuff everywhere? Those
That's
laser
your
wires.
idea of hell.
It is! I would just get murdered.
You just walk straight to the first one.
It's true. I couldn't survive being a spy.
I mean, you've thought about this.
No, but we have to talk about zombie plans. You know, everyone should have a zombie
Yeah,
plan.
I've thought that for a lot. I have several, depending on where I am.
My zombie plan is to stick with someone who has a zombie plan.
I like
My
that
zombie
plan.
plan is follow hers.
Next door
Yeah.
neighbour has a tank and has shotguns. and has
Genuinely.
guns. And has an army truck as well and guns. So that's where we're going.
I'll drive it. It's all good.
Literally, I just and he
Are you
works-
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming over here.
Also, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's ex-army. He might have flying training. No, and that's to every horror movie
That's only if
answer
he's
leaving.
that's only if he's ex-RAF. Is he ex-Air
Okay, no,
Force?
okay.
'Cause otherwise
Okay, I'm
no.
pretty sure there was newspaper articles of him driving a helicopter and a speedboat on his wall.
Driving a helicopter.
Piloting, if you will.
Why was it a tank? It's
Because he's
A tank!
Oh,
Oh,
it
it
is.
is.
Wait, where does he keep it?
Rich.
Just like in his
It says
garage?
No, he has a separate
Oh.
garage where he's got some other expensive
Does
cars
he
too.
drive down the shop in his tank?
Oh, I so would. Like, down to
I
Sainsbury's.
really would. I honestly would.
So you'd take up like 4
No.
parking
No.
spaces.
No, it's not that big.
It's just like a little one.
It's as big as the Land Rover, to be honest. Just a bit wider.
That's not a very big tank.
It's
As big as a Land Rover.
no,
That's
but
a
it's not.
small tank.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't get a gigantic one.
Yeah, well, I would. I'm going to Sainsbury's.
It's fitting for a zombie plan, okay? But no, I would totally go to McDonald's takeout and just be like, hey. You have to actually climb out of the hatch and be like, yep. That'd be excellent.
I hope it's quite a slow zombie apocalypse because we need to get to your house.
Like World War
So
Z.
that would take
Wait
quite a
for the
long time.
train. Like, to make sure you got money on your bicycle.
You and me have gun training,
Yeah.
so we're useful. Apart from the fact we live in England where there's no fucking guns anywhere.
Yay! We don't die.
That's true, actually.
I had
Like
some,
any side of gun.
I had some gun training.
Do people?
I've never actually been people, but I just know about
Parents, right?
magazines and
Yeah.
reloading.
I've watched a lot of films. I could
I was
guess.
like, so to cadets for like.
I
four
think-
years.
I don't get much
Jeez.
because
Yeah.
once somebody knows how to use a gun.
Army cadets,
And I'm
right?
just like,
Army cadets.
how?
Rooster Teeth did an immersion video where they talked
Where?
about they showed if a
one
normal
that
person
East
could survive in the
Croydon,
zombie
down the road.
apocalypse and with
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah. I
And
didn't
they
really care.
unfortunately have like ex-army people in the company,
That's like
so
literally
of course those guys are great.
embodiment of what it is. Basically, it's fine.
Yeah, I've shot a firearm and you've shot.
Yeah. I realised the other day that I've fired a 2-2 rifle without a weapons handling test, which is actually probably technically illegal. But yeah,
So the thing about people,
So are we
that's
going to
so
have to
cool.
bleep all of that out now?
No.
maybe. I'm just a
The
rebel.
thing is, with the zombie apocalypse now, like, you could try all the different methods of surviving a zombie apocalypse from films. Like, you do the World War Z one, where...
If it's slow
zombies
zombies,
are ill.
I think we're good.
To
If
be-
it's fast zombies, we're fucked. But that doesn't. It literally could not happen. Like zombies, okay, it pretty much couldn't happen. But it's like there could be some sort of breakout that destroys people's brain in such a way that it could happen. I don't read too many theory sites. But basically, fast zombies cannot exist. Like, if your brain had done that, your body just wouldn't be that coordinated to be able to do that. So there's no way there could actually be fast zombies unless you're specifically genetically engineered, which I'm sure is some sort of movie, to be a zombie. So, we might be good. But yeah, what's the one that's sat here 28 days later? They just went to, what was it, Isle of Wight or something? They survived Isle of Wight.
I thought it would be a good idea if you did, see, an island is a good idea. If it's completely cut off, that's quite
England's pretty cold. If the zombie apocalypse started here, I'm sure someone would just put bombers and just be like, it's done.
But also,
it's really shit.
I always thought underground would be quite good.
Also,
like a bunker.
They do that, but like at some point you'll run out of resources, you go to the top and you will die. That's pretty much.
The thing is, it's about. I guess it's about lasting long enough. Because they do have, in England, they do have bunkers that can withstand radiation. I'm pretty sure there's one under Buckingham Palace or under the House of Parliament.
There's one that's quite
lead-lined.
That's like nearish.
I'm pretty sure that's like. I'm pretty sure they'll be for like main heads.
And so we should head to Scotland though, because one, Scotland's awesome, and two, they have loads of islands, so we could all just.
It's still connected to the country.
I think we should all go to home.
There's nothing stopping them from going that way.
To be honest, I'll probably just hide in the bed.
I like that.
To be truthful, if there was a full-on zombie breakout all over the world, where everyone was running for their lives, I wouldn't want to exist. Think about it. There'd be nothing on the internet. There'd be nothing to watch. First, you're fighting for your survival, right?
You're worried about the Wi-Fi.
Listen. You're fighting for your life. There'll be no good food. Alright? You won't be able to do simple things like wearing the think about clothes you want to wear anymore. The whole plans for your future screwed. You wouldn't be able to go on the internet.
Priorities, dear. Priorities.
You wouldn't be able to watch any TV shows anymore.
Priorities.
Or you probably watch remakes of movies. But listen.
Priorities. There'll
be no energy, no electricity. Think of how shit life would be. Do you really want to live in a bunker where you're eating what? What's it called when you have like slop stuff that's just like that they use when they send people out?
Condensed milk.
Yeah, it'd be kind of
survival condensed milk. For like
it'd be kind of the kind of food that they ship off with people going out the army or going
army ration packs.
Yeah, ration packs.
Like that.
It'd be
everything's
gross
called
ration
different
packs.
Things. You get chocolate pudding and custard in a freeze pack bag.
You
get like
huge
stew in a
like
freeze pack bag,
stuff.
and everything tastes exactly the same. Like nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be living off
it's like chocolate cake. This tastes like nothing. Stew. This tastes like nothing. You could like mix the bags.
It's like
and
airplane
it
food.
still tastes like nothing.
I feel like I'll be sad enough when I'm older to get this like survival stuff and just put it in my garage for no
Just
reason.
in case.
Yeah,
like next to a couple of spades and like a baseball bat.
This is my plan.
In my room, I have a huge rock that I'm going to use to smash it.
I have a rock as well. Rock bust.
I just have a hammer and a chisel in my room.
I have a massive stick.
Well, you need to make your way to my house.
I have a lot of fake weapons.
Yeah, I have a hammer and a chisel. I have a cat.
I have a cat.
Bro.
I have a fish.
Jaws. That's cool. That's
terrifying.
Cool.
Technically, my dad has an axe in the boot of the car. Don't ask.
Can I just say how annoyed I am right now? Everyone but me, if there was a fire set in the hallway, could escape and live apart from me.
Would die.
Because my sister Imogen has a balcony. My other sister, who I'm pretty sure you won't want a name on it, has two options of getting to a balcony. My younger sister Fuchsia, she has a way that she could go out her window in this very strict circumstances where it probably never happened, but she could actually get across to the balcony and get down. I have nothing. If the fire started outside my door, I'm just gonna sit there and wait for death. That's all I'm gonna do.
If the fire started, you could get out of your window.
And go where?
You'd have to climb across to Imogen's.
No, you can't. Not on my window.
Well, you'd have to find a way. If there was a fire, you would find a way.
I have a meticulous plan where I know how to get out of the house in any situation. But my room
Call
is
that a plan.
Yes.
Wait for death.
But no. Every other corner of the house, I can do it. Just not my room. My room is the room.
If there was a fire, you'd smash through the wall. You would not wait.
Yes, I'm sure I could actually go through my wall.
You could.
With
How
what?
far up is your room?
It's there.
Throw the mattress out the window.
It's
yeah, that exactly.
It's this
you would smash
bit.
the windows, you'd throw the mattress out, and you'd jump for your life.
Jump for your life.
You might not survive, but you try. You would just
You wouldn't sit there.
I would try, but this I'm pretty sure I've worked out there is no way of me getting out without dying.
But before you jump, like, tweet, just so we know.
Yeah.
Tried.
The only
No, but even if you did jump without any mattress, there's a good chance you wouldn't die.
Okay, no,
You break your legs.
This is
you
the
wouldn't
best.
die.
Okay, this is the best chance I've got.
Crawl your way to safety.
The best chance I get is if I smash on the windows, break off the wood. Okay, my mattress is too big to throw. Really is.
Yeah,
It's
but
too
if
heavy.
you were in that situation, you would be on that.
But that would not be my best situation. My best one is to do a fucking leap of destiny to get to the other window, which is like from here to there, on arm strength alone, grip onto the balcony, and go around the corner, and then we have the garage bit, which is a bit higher.
Yep, where we got our Chinese food.
Yep, and then get on to I'm talking about that.
Yeah.
And we get on there, and that is my best chance, and I'm still gonna die.
See, my bedroom is you come out, you turn right, there's the front door.
That's pretty sick.
See, I'm on the bottom floor, so if there was one outside my room, I have like a small window, but it's like an enclosed space, so I could get out. Just I don't know where I'd go. Maybe
The problem is, you'd be in the shit. You'd be fine, but you'd be in the shit if the fire destroyed the gas pipes, because then there'd just be an explosion and everyone would die.
This house is fucking old. Anything could happen to this house and go off.
It's the same. It's the same with mine. It's the same with any house. If you have gas, if you have electricity, water,
This is.
then you're just screwed.
The way you could get out of your thingy though, you could just do the classic movie thing where you tie your bed sheets together,
Yeah,
chuck it out your window.
but you can't tie
It's-
knots for shit.
See, no, okay, there's a trampoline right there. That would be a great option if it wasn't in a really weird corner.
And you like leave
My
it
trampoline is like outside my bedroom window, so I can put it out. Fine.
You should just move it one day and hope no one notices.
I think you will now. I was gonna move the trampoline right outside my room and just like measure up, and then when we look at you like,
Move it like an
do
inch
it.
away, yeah.
No one's
I think you should practice your leap of destiny.
Just
But no, I'm really.
Can you imagine?
I can just imagine jumping like, Destiny! Take me to where I need to be!
Oh, but no, I'm a fairly strong person, but I'm actually a slut. But I'm a fucking
like in the opposite fucking direction.
You have to do it like over a giant distance, so it's kind of just like no.
I could technically.
I'd be one of those people that in the movies when you have to do the big jump to get to the other side of the mountain or whatever, dies instantly, and they're like, no! Except people will be like, yes.
It was
I expected this to happen, to be honest. I don't know why.
See, my room's really high up. It's the top one in the house.
Oh yeah,
But
you're fucked.
technically, I'm fucked. But technically, I could.
Can you on the roof?
No.
Oh.
Technically, I could probably climb down a drain. I could lower myself down to Kira's like window ledge, and then I could climb down a drain pipe, and it'd be fine. But it is like a sheer drop. It's like
Every
vertical, obviously, it's a
other
house.
person in the house has a drain pipe next to the window, apart from me.
You should have one fitted. Just in case.
Do you know what? I should get a ladder.
You
She just tries
This
to
is
fit
so
someone
pedantic.
through
She's gonna
you.
have like axes and ladders and stuff like ropes
I want a ladder
in
now.
your room.
Not a rope, because I mean,
A ladder would be cool.
Yeah, but in the
I have a
situation.
ladder. That is how I would survive.
You
I have a
do
ladder
anyways.
right outside my room.
you should get. I should get
And
one.
also a trampoline below my window. That'd be fine.
Okay, I move trampoline. I get one of those ladders that like you do helicopters where you like a bundle and then you let it go, and it's made out of that like string and wood bits.
Yeah.
Then I climb down that and then I'm fine.
We had an extension on our house on the ground floor only, so my little brother's room, he's got a really big window as well, so he can open it and jump out and he'll be on the roof, and then you can just jump down into the trampoline and that's all sorted.
So I think the moral of this is
See, I'm not thinking about my sisters. If there's a fire,
Fuck all.
yeah.
I think oh dear. I think the moral of this is like
You should have drunk it. The foam's the best bit.
what's wrong with you?
It's not a cartoon. She just went, oh dear.
It'll be fine.
I think you should check the camera.
Yeah.
I think it just took a picture.
No, it does that, but it might just. I think it's just to refocus.
It's so fun.
What was again another camera meltdown. I'm sorry. But yeah, while we're talking about meltdowns and roofs,
Oh yeah,
we have a story.
a Chinese food story. Is everybody ready? Are you
For about-
comfortably?
From about 2 weeks ago, was it?
Yeah.
Sara was still over.
Still, you made it sound like a still.
She's living with me right now.
I live in the basement.
With the giant ice cream.
She's inside there.
Say I'm only friends.
Leave the door open. Basically, my parents went out and they do this very annoying thing. Because even though I have a key, even though there are people inside the house, they like to lock us in when they leave. Which is very frustrating when you're ordering in food. And they already knew we were ordering in food. But they locked us in anyway. And I could not find my keys.
You should have located them before we ordered.
I know. But I normally have them at a really easy place. And normally we have some by the side of the door because we have like 6 keys. So normally there's one. But my older sister was out. My other sister was out. My little sister was in, but she didn't have a key. And both my parents were out. So I was the only one in the house that would have a key.
So the Chinese man turns up with his lovely food in a lovely bag.
And we're there like 1 minute and then
we're literally clawing at the front door glass. It got to the stage.
But it was like
first he turned up. We were running around the house trying to find a key. No key.
And this all while our dog was barking.
He motioned.
And my little sister was going, "Where's the key?" And we all going, "I don't know where the key is!"
We're all panically scraping at the door, pondering which rock will break the glass.
Like, where's
the guy is saying, "Open a window," and we're like, "We can't open a window."
But yeah, our windows are sealed on the side, and then we just recently got fencing. Because normally in the situation, our basement is a really easy way that we can get into our neighbour's garden, walk up, and get stuff. Like, I know it's inconvenient, but it's actually okay. But we recently got this fence, so we have no way out. We were trapped inside our house.
So Fuchsia
She's
came
a genius, by the
with
way.
a little plan. She thought we'd go out to the kitchen,
And then
climb onto the garage roof, crawl across,
you don't
and
need to
collect
crawl
the
on the garage roof.
Chinese food.
Yeah, but obviously I was like, okay, no, you're going to fall to your death. I'll do it, which is clever.
So the Chinese man's just innocently standing there like, will these children please take this food? By this time it's been like 45 minutes and he's still standing there.
We literally have
Turns up on the roof.
we literally have from the kitchen door, we have a kitchen door and you go up and it's a little bit of effort. We have a tiny chair outside for whatever reason. And then so you can go onto the roof and you can cross and then you're I don't know, you're about as high as the ceiling is. Because that's where it is.
So she passes down her £20 notes and takes the Chinese.
And this whole world's
Thank you.
And I was
she looks dazed and leaves.
He was
quite
laughing.
quickly.
But this is also while I was crouched and going like this, and I was like, delicious.
We think he ran back to the takeaway and told all his friends not to deliver to the madhouse.
I just love the craziest chicken.
So, I'm now. I have to make sure my keys on me at all times.
So we're trying to eat like spring rolls through the letterbox. Getting it over.
I was just, she was just like, "Can you go through the left box?" I'm like, "No, not everything
like
like this."
each individual chicken ball.
Just a noodle.
Yeah.
But
Bunch of crispy seaweed.
we haven't ordered from there since then.
We're gonna order from.
I'm never gonna order from them ever again.
You will sit around a pile of food on the floor.
That was the best way to order food ever. I would do that again just for pure excitement of it.
It was riveting.
They were just panic screams for 10 minutes while the dog was barking.
Well, it was the notion that we wouldn't get our food.
It was really bad. It was like
ripping the front door off its hinges to try and get it.
I was also really annoyed because when we were watching, we didn't pause, and there was one where we couldn't go back, so we had to go through the beginning and go through every scene to try and get to where we were. And I didn't like eating until I got something on.
And then you ate too quickly and coughed really loudly for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, check. It was a good.
You were so it's like all of a sudden there's food. So you went,
it was a thing.
You didn't
that was.
swallow in between.
It was an odd way of eating and getting food.
On the plus side, we burnt calories getting the food. It's all good.
I did.
That's like my plan that I was going to take to Dragon's Den. Listen.
Continue. I'm very open to this.
I have a plan which will combat child obesity.
Don't have children.
Well,
that's great stuff.
Well, not even child obesity. Anyone's obesity. Basically, if you order a takeaway, you order it, you get it delivered to your house. Open the door, give the money, but they don't give the takeaway. Basically, what happens is you have to go out onto the road. They get back onto their motorcycle, put the takeaway on the back, and then drive around the block for like 20 minutes, and you have to chase them. Chase them to get the takeaway. Then they stop, give you the takeaway, and you've burnt the calories you're going to put
No,
on.
but they'd still be fat, so actually they should just start running.
Yeah.
And then have a chase rather than them go on.
Have like a giant bowl hat. And have like the takeaway in a bowl. And it's like advertised like this picture of like chicken on the top. And then they're just like running.
Sounds like a Japanese game show.
It's
So yeah,
just
that's my
castle.
plan to combat obesity in the population.
I mean, to be fair, back in fucking whatever times it was, when we were when we hunted for food, we would have worked. We worked.
You
for,
personally?
Yeah. I'm an old soul.
You go up to like
I would die.
a deer
in
and be
5
like,
minutes.
"Will you die, please?" And they'll be like, "No."
Stand on the roof throwing stones at birds.
I would be terrible back in.
Yeah, you would die.
Exactly. If talking about the zombie apocalypse thing, you know, if the bombs ever in a back out, I would just be like, I'll die. I'm good. I don't want to live in this world. Like, if what happens at the world's end, right?
I love that film.
Where all technology is gone, and then you have no contact with the outside world, and there's nothing really apart from like the bare necessities of life, and you're all in dark ages. I just don't want to live. This doesn't seem worth it. Like, family's not enough of a reason to stay alive in that situation. It's not really.
They're like, "I can't have my super noodles. I won't have any."
Exactly! Can't get noodles anymore. But no, it's just, I just wouldn't see it as worth it. I'd just be happy just being dying. I'd sit down and be like, don't worry, just leave me. I'll
And
die.
it'd be really funny because you could have like Tumblr meetups, but none of you have Tumblr anymore and you just cry and think
But how
about
would you tell people to come to the meetup?
Exactly, you can't
You'd
do
have to like
it.
stand on a hill and shout.
You'd be stuck to know people you know.
Or what about you get a plane
Like
and you
a
have
whistle
one
for
of
the
those,
zombie.
those banners that are connected to planes, so you're like, if
You
you
did
had
have a whistle
Tumblr,
on
you
the
come
Hunger
to this
Games, and
address.
suddenly it was like,
And then you get a
I know that call, and they all run.
can you imagine?
I think in a zombie apocalypse, a really cool place to like say it was just like a Saturday. You're just looking back, you know. I think a really cool place to go have fun would be a supermarket, because then either you got two options. Either
It will die
Jump
for
in a
someone's pulling
trolley.
the food.
jump in a trolley, wheel down the aisles, time of your life, or you could find some Heelys from like a rubbish dump.
From like 10 years ago.
And like wheel. It's all good.
Do you know what would be excellent though? If it was zombie apocalypse and such, all the great monuments wouldn't be shut. So you go to like the Palace of Versailles and go sleep in like the past Queen's bed and be like, yep, this is how I'm gonna live the rest of my days. I'm gonna live in a palace which is like 80% gold. No!
I think I would go to a castle somewhere in
Go to Disney
I
Castle.
would go to a remote Scottish castle.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
St Andrews.
That's not a castle, it's a school.
But it's the castle.
Yeah. I guess, maybe.
What's the one that Hogwarts was filmed? The one that's owned by George Percy.
Well, Hogwarts was filmed in loads of different places.
But like the main one.
Well, 2 of the scenes were filmed at in
There's one that's owned by a
Northumberland.
royal person. I know that much. Called George Percy something.
I
which is
can't
great.
remember. I think it's loads of different ones. I've been to the place where they filmed 2 scenes, and that's like, you know, the scene in this first film where they're walking out with Hagrid and they're really little, and they're walking out
Yeah.
of that like gate, and they have like the scarves on, and they're like, oh my god, Professor
And is
Quirrell.
that the one
It's
oh,
like
I said
Voldemort.
too much.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I went there, and that's like, what's it? In Northumberland, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Castle something.
I've been to one place where they like one of the corridors they filmed in.
Yeah, it's loads of different places. It's not like a main one.
Oh, okay.
What's the Diagon Alley?
I was watching the first one with my mum. You know when ITV do like Harry Potter, we were watching that, and because I have like the Tumblr side and everything about Harry Potter, and I look at all these different things. My mum
You're spewing in facts.
Yeah, my mum just reads the books and then she just watches the films, but she just forgets all of it. But it was at the first one on the end bit, and you know how Harry, Hermione and Ron are the last people on the train, they say bye to Hagrid, and then Harry's like, I'm not going home. Not really. Something like that. And my mum just went, get on the train! And I just burst out laughing. I couldn't stop laughing for like half an hour, because I could just imagine Harry, Ron and Hermione like being all emotional, and then suddenly having this lady shouting at them to just get on the train, like, sorry, and then just all kind of awkwardly get on the train and just kind of wait for
And the angry dinner lady.
Guys, if I were talking about Harry Potter, we of course have to talk about the news that came out, which me as a Harmony shipper was very, very happy about.
What's the news?
No.
The news.
J.K. Rowling announced that Hermione was a mistake and it should have been Harmony.
Do you know what?
No.
Harmony.
Harry and Hermione.
I think
That's
every
wrong.
single
I don't think Harry and
canon
Hermione
pairing was a mistake. I wasn't
Which
impressed.
one?
I
But what
wasn't
does she
impressed
mean
with
by
any of the
mistake?
couples.
Because she
It
wrote
shouldn't have happened.
Well, then
She
why did
regrets
she
it.
write it?
She said
she
She
regrets it.
personal.
Yeah,
So it
regrets it.
happened at the time.
She said she didn't want. She said she.
It was supposed to be one
In
night
the last-
stand.
in the
We misinterpreted it.
in the last book. Before the last book, she had already regretted it, but she had already written it so that it made sense.
I don't
But
understand.
she thinks Harry and Hermione were way more compatible, which means the Harmony shipper has been saying for ages. Everyone's saying I was delusional and that it shouldn't have happened. But you know what? The Queen said it.
I don't think Hermione suited anyone.
Can I
No,
just
I
say-
didn't
main
ship her with anyone. I was just like, no.
I'm sorry, but
I'm happy.
that is not a storyline. It's so obvious.
It'd be
How
like the great
obvious.
wizard and the smart one. Just
Yeah, exactly.
And why should the like main character Harry get like everything?
He's
that
a main
everyone
character.
But to be fair, Ginny was a really powerful wizard. So Harry's a powerful wizard, and they both went like that.
I'm not saying I don't like Ginny.
Hermione
I'm just saying.
was a really humble person, and Ron was a really humble person, and they just went.
Yeah.
They
I'm
were
sorry,
more
Hermione and
compatible.
Ron. You can't deny that. That is just.
I can deny it.
No, you
I
can't.
haven't denied
I
it for
hate you.
years.
I don't like you.
I've been denying it for years. I don't like it.
Can
I
I
don't
just,
like one that much.
can I just say, I've always been so in love with the idea of Harry and Luna.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sort of like.
I like Neville and Luna.
But
I
they
think
were
that
together.
kinda works.
I
I
mean,
like
so
that.
but like Harry and Luna, it just gets me
Yeah.
going.
No.
And when I was younger, I always really liked the idea of Hermione and Draco for some reason.
Yeah. No, I can
Hermione.
see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see that.
It's always great when they make it so that there's always all used where she's the evil one, he's not, and there's always excellent.
I think Harry and Draco.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
No,
don't
that
get me
would have
started
been
on
the
Harry and
plot, the
Draco.
plot twist of all time. I think.
All slash ships, the best ships.
But JK could write a new book now. It could be an adult book about how Harry and
Oh, that would be hilarious.
cheat on Ron and Ginny.
With each other.
Yeah.
There probably are enough
That would
fanfictions
be-
out
it
there,
could
so
be
you can
like-
get it for you.
It could be like 50 Shades, but Harry Potter style.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Potter.
Talking about gay,
That would be so fun.
I'm not telling my father about this Potter.
yeah, talking about gay shit. Who's been following the Winter Olympics stuff?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, ish. Basically.
I mean, I've
I know
actually
that
watched
the-
the Olympics, I don't like
The
sports.
fifth snowflake didn't open. And my mum
And
was
yeah.
like, my mum just started laughing and was like, someone's going
No,
to
because
do that.
that man got killed.
Yeah.
No, that was a fake
Over the
article.
snowflake.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on a
Thank God
satire
for
blog.
that.
For like 5 seconds I was reading the article and I was like, this sounds like a really...
I heard
And I
And there was
followed
the
it.
line, it was like, maybe he fell on a load of knives.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, this is far too suspicious to actually be in a paper. And then so I looked through it and someone just said, this is from a satire blog. And I was like, there you go.
That's
I
hilarious.
saw
American
another
has
theory.
too many satire newspapers, so it's always confusing. Like The Onion as well. Whenever someone posts on Tumblr and you believe it's real and you're like, oh, okay.
I saw another theory that apparently the ring that didn't open is the fifth ring, which is the red ring. And apparently, in a like old manual of the Olympics, It says the red ring.
The one ring.
The manual.
It's held.
I saw.
Is it held by the elders of the Olympics?
Written by Hitler.
No, like the protocol. You know, like the Olympics, they sing all these songs and it's all like this thing, and they have like a committee and all that shit.
They read that all, but it's all from the
And
manual.
apparently, this is just pedantic American people, because apparently the red ring represents, they each represent a continent, and the red ring represents the continent of America.
Yeah.
So the reason why it didn't open is because Putin didn't want to represent it, because it's all like
So it's
this
like
Russia, America. Yeah, it's like two fingers to America, basically. But that's just pedantic America.
But the only thing I've
It's a
seen
theory,
from
I
that,
didn't make it.
the only thing I've seen from that is a GIF on Tumblr of all the little web browsers, and then Internet Explorer was just the one that didn't open. That's all I've seen about that.
I mean, the main thing about it is the whole passive-aggressive, let's fit as many gay references as we can into the Olympics. Because I'm pretty sure most people know, but yeah, Putin put out anti-gay laws, which means I'm pretty sure it's just illegal to say the word gay and be gay. And there's loads of really violent abuse, really horrific stuff that's going on over there. And you know, stuff like that always gets legitimised when the government says, you know, you're allowed to hate gay people. So Germany is my favourite people right now. The whole outfit is just a rainbow. And then one of the Ice Dancer songs was isn't it La Hot Jazz, which is sung by Chris Colfer in Glee, which is the cover from a movie which was sung, and the song was originally sung by Julie Andrews. So the line of gay icons and references in there is enough for me to just keep me going. But yeah, those people are like, oh yeah, they're doing really doing all this stuff, and it's like, they're not though. No protests have been covered. Google, even though they had the gay thing up, said it wasn't affiliated with anything. Same with the Germany's outfit. I mean, and yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, they're really sticking it to them. They're not. If countries really wanted to protest, they'd pull out the Olympics. If every country refused to go to Russia because of those laws, that would have been a protest. Not everyone turning up and wearing rainbow gloves and having gay reference adverts, which would only show in our countries where it's legal. Yeah. They're not really doing anything. They're just kind of being there.
I think the problem with it is like, speaking, you are right. They should. The ultimate form of protest would be to all pull out and just not turn up.
I'm sorry, I'm social justice blogger.
I think that the amount of, like, if you think about the athletes themselves, the amount of time and the amount of money that they put into this years before they even knew it was going to be in Russia. It's like people train for this their whole lives, and it, you know, whether or not, like, obviously it's incredibly important, but the laws or not, this is like what they do, and if they're not allowed to compete, then that's not fair on them, because this is their limelight, their show, their stage, and they should be allowed to do that.
I know, but just the thing, if everyone refused to do it in Russia, the drop in the economy from that protest could actually really devastate Russia if no one went, and that would have been a massive fuck you to Russia.
But the problem
and there's so many open gay athletes that went there, who I'm pretty sure quite a few interviews saying they were actually kind of scared, because the people who just showed up with a rainbow flag have been arrested and just not come out of prison from just coming up to the Olympics. Those people are scared for themselves, and the people who live there are scared for their lives. I think at this point, when it's such a breach in human rights, that the people who just didn't get to play in the Olympics, I think even though that's a really devastating thing to happen to someone, when people are dying and getting abused every day, that's enough for you to say, I don't mind not being in this Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm just saying that because I don't think anything like that, I don't think I've ever worked something that much. But in that situation, I mean, I'm sure there's enough arenas in the world where they could have just gone, you know what, we're going to do it here instead. So
well, there was that thing, like, last year, I think, where they were thinking about moving the Olympics because of all the anti-gay laws, and then the committee decided that they wouldn't.
See, if they just moved it,
those
people would have still been able to go on, and Russia would have had a dip in the economy because the fact that no one turned up. And
it was the fact they spent so much. They spent 30 billion rubles on that Olympic Park and on the whole Olympics thing.
Exactly.
Which
is
is
a great fuck
the
you.
most amount of money ever spent on a Winter Olympics. And I think the problem with that is so much time and money has been invested. Like you can't just simply scoop it up and move it. Like today it's here and tomorrow actually it's going to be in Norway. You can't do that. It's too big of a job.
It was a year ago when they were thinking about it. At that time, they should have just moved it.
They should have done something.
Because there was no way Putin was going to change his mind in that year.
Yeah, no, they should have done.
And now they can't really do anything because it started now.
Yeah. So it's very frustrating, and all they can do right now is passive aggressive stuff. And I'm very happy to the athletes and all the people who have the small jobs who are in their own way trying to do stuff. But for the people on the committee, it's just a bit like there's enough money that people have right now in the past Olympic stadiums that you could have just had it somewhere else.
I think that I saw another thing that they were actually worried because Putin gets his little bit of limelight where he gets to, I think he made like a speech and he gets to say stuff about and like open the Olympics, and they were actually worried that he was going to use that time to start like preaching and saying some stuff and like it was all going to be really controversial and stuff. But he didn't. He stood up and he literally, like obviously in Russian, he literally just said like, "Oh, welcome to this Olympics Games," and then sat that down. It was really quick, and that was actually quite unexpected. They thought he was going to go on a bit. He really didn't, and so I think because the scary thing is exactly the same thing has happened in the past.
Yeah,
like this is a bit historical, but
I know there's been a lot of things with surrogation and stuff.
When they had the Munich Olympics in Germany in 40-something, Hitler took down all of the anti-Jew stuff in Munich. Everything, it was all, we love Jews, we like Jews, because the limelight, the international stage
but
was in
didn't even
Munich,
bother
they were
that.
all watching.
But that was all to do with propaganda as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, they made it out like concentration camps were really good.
Yeah. And then as soon as everyone was watching Munich, as soon as everyone stopped watching, it was all back again. It's happened before, so they should have spotted it. They should.
I don't want to compare it to like Hunger Games right now, but this Winter Olympics, if there's one wrong move, there could be a mass, giant protest that could end up with loads of people getting in jail and like quite a big devastation for the Olympics, and no one will cover it because they just fear their lives. I mean, there might be some people that do, but you never know with this stuff. Like, when there's such big events that are held by such big power companies in such powerful countries, it's a scary thing for it.
It's international relations because obviously Russia and America go back so far.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, America, people in America that fight for gay rights, they probably want to say something more than ever. They want to make a fuss, but they can't because of the history and because Russia is as powerful, if not more, as them.
I mean, we should probably take away from something less depressing.
Yeah.
But I felt it was an important thing to bring up as it's right now.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy who was ice skating who came first but he was last the whole way? Because every single person in front of him fell off. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see
He was
that.
last the whole way, then everyone just fell over. Have you seen it?
Was that so
ice
was
skating?
That, like legit? Or?
Yeah, like in the thingy, they were like going round and round. This guy was last the whole time until at the end, two people bumped together and they kind of wobbled, and then one fell over and a guy fell over, took down two other guys, and the guy behind him just like strolled through the finish line.
That's
What
excellent.
country was he?
He was Australia, and I think the American
How did
guy was
Australia win a Winter Olympics?
That was the first gold they've won, and it was like completely because everyone else failed.
If I lived in Australia, I just wouldn't go. I'd be like, you know what? I'll wait for the summer. But no, Canada's winning right now because obviously they have a more intense.
Well, they have
winter.
ice.
They have more intense.
That's the thing. If you think about it, we're never going to do as well
No.
because we don't have any
No,
ice.
We can-
remember Cool Runnings?
We'll do better than.
Jamaican guys.
We'll do better.
That's true.
We'll probably do better than
Good for
America, maybe, and Australia. But there's so many other European countries that are freezing most of the time,
Yeah.
so they're fine.
Canada should do well because they have ice.
No,
and
they're doing the
sunny.
best. They're doing the best because they have like most of the time they have more intense winters than Russia does.
Yeah.
So, and they always have snow, always. Like I've seen so many messages from my friends who just use it as a fridge. They just get drinks in it because it's like cover their door, and I'm just like, that's pretty cool. But how are you not dying from the cold?
Jumpers.
I actually went to Canada in the winter. Have you been to Canada in the winter?
No.
It's not actually that cold.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
there's like snow up to your knees, and you just wear a coat, and it's not that bad. I think it's because it's sunny. but it's cold on the ground.
It's almost like a bit temperate.
Yeah.
I think there's places that you can go that it really isn't. Like I went to Russia on a school trip, and it was cold, but it really wasn't like that cold. You think about it, it could have been a lot worse.
I mean, we made an ice rink in the outside in Canada. It wasn't that cold.
I think, I don't know. I'm one of those people that are really good with cold but terrible with heat. Like, I went to Spain last year and I almost fainted about 5 times. But with cold, I mean, I don't know if you were there, but people buried me in snow at school once. Like, my face was off the limit, but they buried my entire body. And at some point we heard the school bell, like, okay, now I'm face in snow. I had to come out and I had to go try and use the hair dryers in the bathroom. Because I was just soaking wet at this point. I had to try and dry myself, and obviously I got cold, but...
It was so cool because I went skiing and they have these trousers that are really waterproof and they have like inside bits so snow can't go up either, and you can just lie in snow for like ages and you don't get cold at all. It's brilliant.
That's cool. Mine was in a school uniform, tights and a skirt, thin shirt and jumper.
If you were allowed outside when it snowed, I'd do that.
We normally had snowball fights with teachers. That was great.
We're so doing that.
It's not even allowed to touch snow at my school. Like, if you just touch the snow, you get detention.
I'm dreading the snow at my new school because my new school is at the top of like 5 different hills.
Oh,
so the only way you can get to it is hills.
We had the school that I was in, obviously I'm not there anymore from college now, but it was like the whole playground was just a slope. So it was like, you go outside and you just see people like coming down. Because of the campus, it's like you have the west wing over here and then the east wing's all the way over here. So people coming from humanities to science, you've got to cross this slope. It's like people are trying to walk in a straight line and instead they're just going like down.
Oh. Mine is on a complete, really, really big hill. I mean, this where I live right now is on a hill, but like this is a very, very, I don't know what to call it, where it goes up really quickly. Steep, yeah. And the road comes out, the pathway comes out slightly, so it goes in. If it was icy, there is no way you can go up that hill without slipping and falling to your death. Like, I don't see a way of doing it. And also, I have to get a train or a really long bus to the school. So if it was snowing enough for them to stop, I just couldn't go in. There's no way for me to get in. I couldn't walk there. I couldn't. I could try and go on the buses, but sometimes buses are cancelled, and sometimes they only go half the journey when it's snowing. But I really won't have a way of going in. It might be good, but
I've walked.
Sixth form was the only one that meant to go in if the school's shut.
I've walked home from my school once, and I got home at 8:30 at night. Not funny. On a snow day. Not funny.
I think it's about the same sort of distance, I guess.
It's 4 miles from me to sit.
I always have to go to school on a school day. I have no excuse because both my parents have 4-wheel drive cars.
No.
No excuse.
My mum's got a car, but she'd be dropping off my sisters.
It's not a great journey.
I never ever get a lift. Both my parents work full time. I've never been dropped to school in my dad. Okay.
I'm trying to think what else are the things I was meant to talk about.
I really
Okay.
to the toilet.
Oh, okay.
You thought I was going to say something
You can get
interesting.
normal.
I think we might have to like stop because I think my dad's going to have it.
Alright. Is there any other things you want to bring up now before we... I'm just trying to think. I'm sure I thought of more things to say.
Well, we said our Chinese food story, and that's really important.
That was like the
We
whole
always
point
have
of
like
the
a good
podcast.
story every podcast.
But
That should be a thing.
our lives. Our lives.
My life is
We
fucking
live
bad. My life is like a sitcom. I've realised this and accepted it. Like, every time there's a slapstick comedy thing in a film, I've done it. Like, everything from a rake in the face to walking into lampposts to sleeping on a banana.
I've done walking into sleep.
Yeah, do you remember? It was at Polly's.
You slept
had-
on a banana.
Yeah, it was. Someone had. I don't know who
Unless in
told
a
it.
really creepy
Wait, that actually happens in real life.
Yeah, it's really.
Wait.
Her floor, her floor was really slidey, which you could slide all out a banana peel.
You proceed.
But there was a banana peel on the floor, and I
She
completely.
was so drunk, she ran down the stairs.
Who's that?
You.
When?
At Polly's, not the time that she threw up everywhere, the time before.
I haven't been drunk at Polly's.
Yeah.
When?
We drunk before. You know when we were dancing to Michael Jackson in her kitchen? This wasn't the time that she threw up red velvet cake.
Okay, I don't think I was drunk that time.
Okay, well you were tipsy. We've been drinking anyway.
Okay, the tipsy I get.
Ran down, and you know how like her stairs in socks are really slippery because they're like hardwood.
Oh yeah.
And you ran down the stairs, and literally it was like boom, and then you like slid like right into a wall. It was amazing.
I don't remember this. But no, there was a time where her floor is really, really slidey. Like, you can say that.
Yeah, it was.
And it was really fun because we did our own choreography to Smooth Criminal around there, and you just like slide around. It felt like ice skating, like woo! It was great. But yeah, I don't know who left the banana peel because they have a really clean kitchen, but someone left the banana peel. I bet it was Tallulah. And then yeah, I just went forward and I did a proper like flip and land on my back, like this part landed first. Everyone just gathered around like fuck, and I was like, eh. Yeah, that happened. I've been slapped in the face by a fish. There's that.
I've done the thing where you ride your bicycle down a really steep slope.
I don't ride a bike.
I've braked too quickly and flipped over.
Yeah, I've done that.
I've never.
My life is just really
I can't ride a bike, so I'm good from those things.
I can't ride a bike either.
High five.
You can't ride a bike.
You've seen my coordination! Do you think I can master that? I can't hold a pen! Do you think I can master it?
I was riding a motorbike before I rode a bike.
That's cool. I really love motorbikes, but I know I just die.
You would die.
I think more.
It would be like 10 minutes. You'd be dead.
My dad was in a crash and it took the whole heel of his foot off. And he had to get fat removed from his side and put into his foot. You still see the scars today, and it's just... That's enough to make you go, no, I don't need to drive a motorbike. I don't need to drive it. I'll use public transport from now on. It's all good. But yeah, that's a great way of putting your kids off motorbikes, just showing them the scars and like. But yeah, slapped in the face by a fish was pretty bad. Like sitcom wise. I don't know.
You're like Miranda with your tiny friend.
Yes, I'm not that much taller than you.
No, I know.
My friend only recently at school found out I'm short because I have pretty impressive wedge trainers. Actually, I don't have the cameras on right now, but I do have quite impressive ones. Like they give you more height than you think they do because it basically puts me on tiptoes, like a high heel, but it's more subtle. And because I mostly hang out with guys, I don't know who's okay. They're probably a head and a bit taller than you. That's the shortest guy. So I'm pretty short already, like enough to hurt my neck when I'm looking at them having conversation. I mean, I hang out with quite like 3 short girls, but it's normally like 2 tall girls and 4 tall guys. And the shortest guy is still taller than me. And these trainers have given me help. Like they have seemed not to notice before that I'm not that short. And there's a short guy called Ed. Yeah. And normally, oh yeah, you know him. And normally I'm a little bit taller than him, and so if I stand near him, they just assume I'm fairly tall, and it's great. Until recently, one of my friends was just like, the guys, they don't really notice anything about shoes, and they're like, that's got some height on it. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what height are you without them? I was like, it makes it's a difference. And they're like, can you show me? And I was like, no. And they're like, why? I was like, my feet smell. And he just looked at me like, do you think I care? And I was like, I have odd socks. And it's like, everyone in 6th form will have odd socks. And I was like, fine. And I took off my shoes, and I stood next to Ed, and I was like this, and the amount that I was normally taller than him by, there was more difference now. And he just looked at us, started laughing, took 5 pictures and got the rest of my friends to come round to look at this height difference. And they were all like, I didn't know you were short! And I was like, yeah. Because I always feel like I tower over certain people, and it feels really good.
I think there's a lot of short people at cinema that have actually grown. Because I used to be the shortest, and now I'm taller than actually a lot of people. I'm taller than Eleanor Butterworth.
Oh,
she hates to admit it, but I'm taller than her. Oh.
I think I'm just going to be short forever. I'm just going to have to master walking in heels and stuff. My foot's still, the part of it's still broken. I have I forgot what the part is. Not a bone or anything. There's a part of my foot that's broken, and it means this foot.
Tendon.
Yes. I broke it, and then I broke it when hurdling in PE.
you serious?
And I snapped it.
Miss Morris made you do that?
It was like the higher ones.
Yeah, in the field.
And I can't judge distance or do anything sporty. So I got like 3, and then for the last one, it just smacked into it, and it bent round.
I remember that. I didn't realise you broke it.
Well, no, because what happened is I went to... I have really high pain tolerance, so nothing... It didn't really hurt. And you guys were horrible at being nurses or whatever. Like, they ran around for half an hour trying to find an ice pack. And it was made to get out PE. And then none of you could figure out how the ice pack worked. And I was just like, just pass it to me. And I snapped it and put it on. And you guys were just sat there for the rest of the time just enjoying your time off from PE.
Well, because that's what me and Amelia used to do.
Yeah.
We just used to pretend we had to go to the nurse and then just spend 2 hours sitting in some random part of the school.
Yeah. But I knew my foot was really odd. But it didn't hurt. Because nothing really hurts with me. When I broke my arm, it didn't really even hurt. So yeah, I was kind of fine. But they made me go to the nurse. And we were on a different site, so I had to come back. And then the nurse was just like, I think you should go to the hospital. And I was like, I really don't want to, because everyone knows how much A&E suck. Like, you sit there for 4 hours and you might not get seen. You might not even get registered. And it's not an actual real emergency. So, it's just, yeah. So,
you just didn't go?
No, my mum wanted me to go. So, I went. And, yeah, 4 hours, got someone to look at it, and then they were like, oh, nothing's wrong with it. Nothing at all, it's fine, you can go home. A year later, my foot was still very much independent from my body, and the main reason I knew this is because we had a French trip, and we went ice skating.
Oh god. They let you
Blades on your foot!
And
right?
they let you do that? Is that
I've normally been
insane?
I mean, obviously I was never going to be a good ice skater, but I can normally hold onto the sides and go around pretty easily. And sometimes I can venture into the middle and then last about a minute before I land on my butt. But this was horrifying because I stepped into the ice, and this foot was the only one that was able to stand still. This one was just not working. And I've never been so aware of just how much this foot was off until then, because it was everywhere. It's got a blade on it, and it was just not working. And so it was actually horrible. And then, so we went to visit a foot doctor. I'm sure there's an actual name for it. Beginning with O.
No, osteopath. No.
Osteopath. That one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Osteopath.
No, maybe back doctor. I can't remember.
No,
There's so many weird names. Just the foot one. And they were like, oh no, this tendon is broken. You should have been in crutches, or you should have had a cast in it for a while. And I was like, well, that's great. It's been a year. But yeah, I basically only got insoles to the foot. But it's. Look, I've never had enough time for it to rest and heal. Like, you can't do, like, you'd have to sit down for ages and just not do anything.
You'd have it immobilised in a cast, and then you go on crutches. That's how it would rest.
But,
you.
like,
you didn't have that.
I don't have enough time or energy or effort or whatever just to be able to do that for enough time for it to heal. So it's never properly healed. So this foot, it does get better, but as soon as any minute where I have to run, or walk briskly, or walk up a damn hill, which I do every day for school, it just disconnects. You can hear it click. It's a very sickening click. So yeah, this foot just never properly reattached. So I've tried. Yeah, so I can walk in these okay because they're trainers, so they're pretty okay. But me in heels, I wouldn't be able to steady myself.
My ankle makes a really ugly crack.
Does it?
It cracks when I go upstairs. Because when I was like 10, me and my friend, her sister and their cousin, they decided to play badminton.
Well, let's go.
In a garage. You know, some people have houses, and then like loads of houses, and they have separate garages. And there's like big square, like empty parking lot places. That's where we were. Except my friend was the kind of bitchy friend, how she would change with other people. So she started being a massive dick to me, and so were all her other friends. And I wasn't really playing. And then, except when they were like hitting the shuttlecock, it used to go on top of the roof.
Yeah.
And they would push you up on a wall, which would be about that high, and then the roof would be about that high. So you'd get lifted up onto a wall, walk over, get onto the roof, shut the shuttlecock down, and they'd help you, and then you just carry on playing. Except they were just being dicks to me and said, Amy, you haven't got it yet, so you go and get it. So they put me up on the wall, I took down the shuttlecock, and they just carried on playing. And I was like, well, how am I supposed to get down? So I got down back on the wall, and and I just jumped straight off. Didn't bend my knees or anything, and I just kind of stood there, and I just felt this whole shock in my leg.
Jesus.
And I was standing there for like 5 minutes, just waiting for it to go away, and it just wouldn't. So I was like, I've got to go back to the house, but I didn't want to make it seem like I was hurt, because I didn't want them to care. I just wanted to walk straight past them, except I couldn't walk on it at all, and I was trying my best, but I just had to limp all the way to her house and get her mum to just like put peas on it.
Broken.
I don't know. I never went to the hospital or anything, but it like doesn't.
It might have been like fractured or something. Oh, that's. Okay, yeah. Can we not? Oh, no.
I never know what's wrong with that noise.
I know sometimes I do it as well, but it's when other people do it and it all happens at the same time.
Because of what's wrong with my joints, I crack them quite often just to make it stop hurting. Because I got something in my hands and my joints, and it makes like I can't grip stuff properly, and I don't write with a pen ever. If I could, I would just never have paper. I would live through the internet if I could. Like I would never like to see a piece of paper in my face ever. That'd be great. I hate it. I think the worst part of like having to use a laptop in lessons, there's always I've got a teacher who will always give you like tasks you can only do by hand. Like draw a diagram. Okay. Like draw a graph. Alright. But there'll always be like mini games. It's never anything that's useful. It's always just to help with creativity. You have to do it like this.
I hate that.
And it's always like, great, so I'm just gonna hurt myself doing this. It's gonna look really shitty,
So,
and I'm never gonna use it ever.
You must have had to do art at school though.
Yeah, she did art for GCSE. I don't know what she's doing.
No, but think about this now. I did when I was
I
doing
did
that.
half of your art for GCSE.
Half of my art.
Yeah, you know, like your last few pages that you had to hand in. Do you remember that day that was really stressful? When
You
your art
painted
was
like
due in?
one thing.
I did not.
I gave you a red pen and said, "Yeah, this is what we're doing the rainbow." I was like, paint this bit red.
And I did it with skill.
It's
I'm
not
proud.
covered up. It wasn't even used in my coursework.
Yeah, well, I'm proud. I put my heart and soul of every ounce of creativity I had, all my experience
So
of
how did you do
crayons.
art then, if you can't create
Okay, it was more that at the time I didn't have a laptop. I mean, it hurt me, like writing every day and stuff, and my handwriting was absolutely awful. But for the moment, for right now, I haven't written more than a paragraph in 6 months.
That's craziness. I write every day.
Exactly. So right now, my hands are just. I mean, it's really bad now. So every time I write, my handwriting is even worse than before. So and I just don't use it anymore. So it just hurts even more now. But when you were doing like art and writing every day, that you know they had enough practice. But I don't have practice anymore. I type now. I don't.
Also,
do anything.
pain tolerance, so it would hurt, but yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's more just uncomfortable because your hand just feels wrong. It's just odd. It's just not nice. Yeah, I just can't position my hand the right way. Like everyone always used to get annoyed with the way I hold a pen. I remember that. And I was like, "Can you just hold it this way?" I'm like, "No, no."
Should we?
The art was fun, but it's mostly not. I don't know.
But like, if you were painting, you'd still need to have the same.
I
grip on
didn't.
it.
I didn't paint my final piece. What did I do? I don't remember what I
I
did.
can't remember. Should we finish?
Yeah, I think we should because.
Dark outside.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's like light blue.
Is it bad?
Light blue.
No, I don't think you were here, but she turned around and she was like, "It's light outside." She was just so shocked.
Yeah,
by it.
Yeah, I was still looking outside, and it was 5:15, and it was still light, and it's magical. And now
It'll be great when it's the summer podcast. So it'll be like if you look outside and it'll be 9, it's still like bright as the 12, and you're like, oh, it's fine. So yeah, this podcast's over. I actually have to think about what is going to be the next theme.
We'll think so.
Any suggestions? Who listens to Welcome Tonight Though?
I do.
Do I think maybe I have enough people for Welcome Tonight Though? Because I do.
I don't know what to talk about though.
Yeah, it's kind of too weird to talk about.
But it's great.
I have a point that I definitely want to bring up about if you have.
I might get time to listen beforehand
It's
and actually know what you're
We should
talking
just
about.
listen to one and just see your reactions.
That would be
that
amazing.
should just be the
That
whole
would be the
Bonding
most
night.
amazing.
I
Yeah,
you
we should.
showed me 2 before,
Yeah.
and I kind of got it, but kind of really didn't.
It's really good though because if you tune out for like 5 seconds, you don't know what's going on. You just
Yeah.
hear a really
I
horrific
tune
story.
out quite a lot as well because I just tune out of stuff and then I'm just so confused.
I'm an idiot right now because I'm trying to watch anime, but I like anime and stuff. But it's really hard because I can't just watch something. I have to flick. You can't do that with anime because it's a different language. You don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
There's no English subtitles when you flick the page. So obviously I have to actually just watch it. And I missed out like half of what's going on. And I haven't fully got out of SNK. But I really loved a series called Free. What was it called? But that's off now. So I want to watch one that I've seen on my desk for ages, which was like it. I had very similar looking characters and very similar animation, but it was about basketball. And I thought it was K&K, because I may have mixed it up. But I watched K&K, and it's something about Spirit World Warriors. And I was like, what's this? And I don't know what series I was looking for originally, but now I'm watching another series. And I still haven't finished SNK, so I'm just kind of messed up right now. Yes, welcome to Night Valley, you want to do. There's so many things I want to do, I don't know how. What's finished right now?
American Horror Story.
Yeah. American Horror Story, yeah, I actually caught up with Coben now. But I don't know if about Coben because I've seen 1 or 2.
Oh.
I don't know how you watch American Horror Story.
I don't.
It's okay, it could just be me. I'll sit here on my own.
What series are there? We haven't done Supernatural yet. But I wanted a little bit more space than straight off the Sherlock podcast.
Yeah.
Basically, my advice to people who come on the podcast is watch more shows.
Yeah.
Watch everything.
I'll watch some more Supernatural.
We could do Torchwood, I guess.
We can link that in Doctor Who.
Oh. Should have been there. Sad times.
I mean, if more people watch Dexter, that would be perfect. So all of you watch Dexter, and then we can do a Dexter.
Like I said, there was Disney. Is there any?
Marvel, you said.
Ruby.
I just don't.
Could we do a whole podcast on that though?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of Ruby.
Are you sure?
The
You
amount of
really
episodes
should.
all
Think
put
about
together
it.
is
I
not
want
enough
you- I
time.
want you to think, right? Just think about it.
You could
You're
do
a liar.
do possibly a half an hour podcast, which is about probably the time we put all the episodes together.
It could just be us sitting there watching all of them.
It could.
Good. What is the show?
Ruby.
It's part of
It's a
Risky.
recipe thing.
See, I was thinking about doing
What
Red
else do I
vs.
need to say?
Red vs. Blue could possibly make another podcast, but to be honest, it would just be easier to fit into the Risky podcast for the pure fact that the people that watch it are probably the same people that watch Risky, and we'd have them all in the same room.
Rooster Teeth podcast is going to be like 10 hours long.
No, I'm going to restrict it just so we can actually have a bonding night.
I don't watch Rooster Teeth, so if I came, like, I just...
No, for the bonding night, there's going to be quite a few people that don't watch Rooster Teeth. So if you guys either sit here and listen to us ramble about stuff you don't know, or we could put like Sherlock on upstairs or something, so you guys can watch something
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
while we do a 2-hour podcast.
We let the kids play while we're like,
Yeah. So I'll find something to talk about. I'm sure I have a schedule. I have it here. Oh my god, so many people have messaged me. I bet
When
most
would
of it's
this
from you guys.
bonding night finish if you can go to the sleepover thing?
Huh?
When would this bonding night finish? If we can do a sleepover.
If I can do a sleepover
We probably can't.
on Saturday. Really?
Well, parents
Well,
don't
yeah,
know
my
you.
mum
It
has
would
a
be-
feeling about sleepovers. She's like, no, I'm not sleeping at anyone's house.
I don't know. It'd be just when you would leave, I guess. Like, I don't know.
It kind of depends if your parents want to pick you up, like what time is good for them. kind of
Yeah.
thing. Or like what time if you're getting the bus.
I
or
picked the
whatever.
wrong file.
what's like the latest
I
one
do.
you'd be laughing?
At this point, you would come over here quite often. So, like, I don't know.
They
kind of-
don't
you can
actually
kind of
know
guess,
we're
'cause-
coming here though. They think we're surprised that they haven't twigged that
Yeah.
we're going out every other Sunday, and we're
It's
very
like,
vague
yeah.
about where we're going.
It's like,
What do you-
Why do you do the classic thing of saying you're going to each other's house?
No,
because
because they
that
talk
would,
to each other.
that would mess up.
What do you tell them?
We just say we're going out.
I say Central London to my sister because she's really nosy.
I just say
Why?
like Stratford or something, and then they're
Why
like,
don't
okay.
you tell them?
Isn't there like a friend that you could get to say, well, can you say we're going there?
probably, but we're not that organised.
See, I've already said that Ellen doesn't like sleepovers, so I can even say we're having a
See, I could
sleepover.
just say Ellen because no one doesn't know her.
Just find a way, guys.
I'm a pro at lying to my parents about where I've been. 'Cause
See,
have
if
to
I
lie a
just
lot.
mentioned you casually as if you went to my school for a few weeks, and
Yeah.
then I'd be like, I'm going to have a sleepover there.
How much older am I than you? Because I wonder how. How old are you guys?
15.
Okay.
What year are you in?
In year 11.
Year 11. That's not that bad, that's only a year.
Oh, we could say she was in
It's
year
my
11, but
birthday
not
in exactly a
in
month.
Woo!
Woo!
I know.
True.
You're
Although we wouldn't have to say she
17.
came to our
Yeah.
school.
I was having like
So
an
we
haven't
existential
mentioned
crisis
her
on
at
the
all.
train today because I was like, I'm going to be 18 this year.
Woo!
And then I
It's
was
scary.
like, that's 2
I don't
years
know.
away from 20.
Getting
And then I'm just going to keep on
old.
getting older and older. And
And then next thing you know, you'll be 45.
exactly,
That's
what
craziness.
am I doing with my life?
It's ridiculous.
Coming here and doing the podcast, obviously.
I've seen so many 18-year-olds not know what they're doing, so I'm fine. Why is this not opening? Oh, it's frustrating.
Should we finish the podcast?
No, I just wanted to be able to say what the next one would possibly be. But this is not opening because it's a pain in the butt. Open. My internet's unstable. It's because my sister's downloading.
Also,
Are you
on my
going to do
calendar,
a Star Trek?
I've written on the Sundays.
We could
I
do an
watch
Into
Ultimate
Darkness.
because there's so much to catch up on.
And they still don't twitch.
I feel there's enough things that I could catch up with Star Trek beforehand.
We could do an Into Darkness.
To be honest, I don't actually think one would.
I said I would do the movies,
Yeah.
but I would like to be able to compare the movies to the show. Our friend Francesca's a Trekkie.
I was like, I'm doing web series,
Yeah,
but
We're at least having her on for the cabin pressure. I promise that because she's the one that got us into cabin pressure, and therefore will be very.
Yeah, fair point.
I don't think that would be. I don't know.
Point taken.
Yeah, I think it would just be.
But it'd just be something that should be about.
Yeah. I've listened to cabin pressure. I listen to Nessa cabin pressure pretty much every day, and it's so ridiculous because there's only 25 episodes.
When is the last one?
Zurich. It should be. It's meant to be recorded around. It should be recorded in January, but it might not be. I'm trying to use my contact with BBC to be able to get 2 free tickets to the show.
But if you do, shoot.
My friend, we need to introduce Ronnie as a friend.
Oh fuck! She gave me a ticket. Fine, I'll try and get 3. Then Imogen would be like, fuck 4.
But if you did, she would have to go.
Yeah,
Because
but I want
if
to
she
show.
found out about
And
it
I could just say
and
it's like one of
you
You
took
could just
me,
not. Oh yeah,
I-
because we'd
my
have to
dad
mention it.
would bludgeon me to death.
Fine, I'll try and get 3 for us 3. Because
those.
okay, screw it. My phone's not opening the document.
To be honest, she'll
I'll
probably...
put up online whatever the next podcast is. I'll put up online what the next podcast is. I don't know for the moment, so it's an element of surprise, guys. Yeah, we're done. Woo!